Oh, hello. Good morning. Anybody home? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good whatever time it might be in your location. God is good all the time. Smile, say hi to people. It always helps make somebody's day. I hope you are all doing good and your weekend been fine so far. And we're here for some football. Football! Premier League, the best league in the world. Until the Saudis takes over and the MLS. So we have to enjoy the Premier League until it lasts, because when the Saudis takes over, it's gonna be too late. We're gonna be watching just Al Hilal, Al Nasser, All of their teams start by Al for some reason. Is that means like FC or something? Just like the other teams, FC football. That means football club. Al, I don't know what that means. Al Hilal, Al Ettifaq, Al Etihad, Al. Yeah, a lot of Al's. Anyways, my friend, thank you so much for stopping by. If you want to help your brother out, you can just smash that like button. The more you like, the more people will join us, and the longer we can be in the show. If we have more engagement from you people, so we can keep the discussion, the conversation going. All right. Hi, Mr. DK. We are not only Chelsea fans here, we are football fans. This channel is for football, but I know you want to just greet your Chelsea fans who are watching. We love football, and Chelsea can't play alone. They have to play with other teams, so we have to take care of and watch other teams to understand how we can beat them. What do you think of Tammy? Sunny from WWE. She is soon to be sentenced to 25 years. Honestly, I watch WWE only for segment only at the moment. I don't like the violent side of it. When I was a kid, I was a big fan of WWE and all the wrestling in general. And since I became a little older and I understand that this is stage, it's an entertainment. Back then, you can't tell me that Triple H and don't hate each other with Shawn Michaels, for example. You know what I mean? And the more I grow, and the more they're talking about behind the scenes, how they stage the whole thing. I'm like, yeah, I can watch here and there, but it just staged. I like real things. So I was so disappointed. Just the way I was disappointed about Santa Claus or Father Christmas doesn't exist. That was the worst day of my life, just to discover that Santa don't exist, right? So it's still a very good show, entertainment, but not in the same level I was taking it when I was kid, because it was so true for me. The Undertaker was somebody who came from the dead. It's real. That guy just go to the cemetery the end of the day. He lives there. That's all I knew. So yeah. So WWE let me down. Santa Claus let me down. I don't really watch it in the same level anymore. Now I watch it for talks, trash talk. How it's just like a movie, right? How what is called the segment, it's scripted. Everything is scripted. You have to, it's just like acting live. So I like those talks and how they put it together, but the violent side of burning people down and jumping from whatever distance, breaking your neck and stuff, kind of a little bit violent at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. I just heard about this news here. She's sentenced to 25 years in prison. That I have to do some research before I say anything. But thank you, Mr. MS, for asking. Because we are sport here. We talk about sport, entertainment, and all that. Mr. Gordon say hello, good morning. Good morning to you. DJ is in the building. He said blue. Good afternoon, Oaks. Hope you well. Yes. I just got my coffee. Just got a cup of coffee, so I should be fine. I'm struggling to wake up though. Yeah. I am struggling really to wake up, but I should be fine. So you have the Liverpool lineup on your screen right now. Is anybody can hear me or can see me? I don't know. I don't know. You give me some feedbacks and you can also call if you want. And yeah, so let me read some. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here so early. I don't know. It's already afternoon, evening in certain locations, but you know what I mean. Okay, let me go and read some of. Desmond was there. Big up, watching live and clear. All right. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Frank Lampard said, good morning. Hey, Mr. Frankie. Super Frankie is going to take England under 21s. Let's wait. I think he should be good there because he loves to work with kids and help them grow. But the national team, they also come for a few weeks together. So I don't know how that is going to work. So Lampard is going to take England job. Good morning, Ogs. Beautiful August Saturday. Yes, beautiful day outside and it's sunny here. It's a little chilly outside for some reason, but very, very beautiful. The sun is rising good. DJ said that he grew up with WWF Hulk. Yeah, the Hulk Hogan, right? Ultimate Warrior, yes. The earthquake. Yeah, I know, right? And the $1 million Macho Man. Actually, I live in the same city as Macho Man at the moment. And also Jim Cornette, who I saw the other day, like last year or something, outside his house. He's a very, very lovely people. When you greet him, he's just like, yeah, he's just like if he knew you for 10 years. He doesn't know me because he got a lot of fans here, but yeah, so we are proud of our Kentucky boys, right? In the WWE and in Hollywood. So yeah, WWE kind of killed my dreams, my childhood dreams, because I discovered that it wasn't true and they are lying to me. So I was so disappointed knowing that everything is staged. But it is what it is. Okay, so we have the first caller, Skylar. Are you there? Good morning,
Yeah.
good evening, good afternoon. I don't even know what time it is there, but how are you doing today, sir?
Yeah, good evening from here, definitely. Not too bad. Obviously, big game today. Spurs United. Always
Yes.
a decent game, decent watch. Lots of goals in this fixture.
Yeah, big game for you guys.
But I can't lie, man. I'm a bit worried.
Oh, against Spurs? Come on, man. You're gonna smash them.
I'm starting to turn. I'm just no. I don't think we're going to smash them. My issue is that I'm a bit surprised at what Ten Hag is saying, what he's doing, because this year he was supposed to improve, but I feel he's regressing. Like he's going backwards. I'm not really sure like what to feel of the manager, because the stuff he's saying in the press conference, it is contradictory. Like he's saying, we didn't follow the principles, we didn't follow the rules, we didn't keep the ball and the style possession we want to play. But we don't play a possession style football. we don't keep the ball. We are not a possession style team. We are a transition team. That's what he said.
Yeah, you are breaking a little bit, bro.
He said that in the preseason. These were his words. Like, we want to play. Yesterday, he's saying we want to play with the ball. If you want to play with the ball, you don't sign players like Mason Mount, right? So I'm a bit worried, man. I'm not turning on the manager yet, but he's really giving me very confusing vibes. I'm not sure what to make of him
Yeah,
because
the
this
problem, if
season
there is if there is a manager that can improve players in a very short period of time, I have no doubt is Ten Hag. The way he managed to adjust everything last season was impressive to me, and I think it's too early, perhaps, to start really, like getting on him at the moment. It's just the first game. That's what he saw. That's what he said, and I think he made them run like 6 miles or something. And you will see the change against Spurs. You know.
Yeah, I mean that was last season. The one you are mentioning, they ran like eight miles after losing to Brentford opening day. But that was last season. Last season was an unknown with Ten Hag. Even we didn't know what to expect. We were expecting this possession style of football because he's a Dutch manager. He comes from, that kind of environment
Yeah.
where you keep the ball. But he signed Onana, right? Okay, who is a ball playing centre back, but he plays Wan-Bissaka, who can't play with the ball. Then he has a midfield of Casemiro, Bruno, and Mount, who can't keep the ball. So, this is very confusing as a United fan. But yeah, today again, if we played like what we played like against Wolves, we are gonna get absolutely battered because we should have lost that game 4-0. I'll be honest. That's the first game against a Wolves team who don't have a centre forward.
Yeah, you were really lucky to get 3 points, in my opinion. But me, in the beginning, like 5 games, 6 games, I don't really get too harsh on managers because still kind of preseason, still kind of players from vacation, kind of. But it's gonna get better as we go. So DJ, you are in the building. Hello.
Yay! Big up, Orcs. Big up, Skyler. How you both doing? You good?
Yes, sir. We're
Yeah,
good.
not too bad.
Good. Now, listen, I was just hearing what Skyler had to say. Really, I was watching the Wolves United match last week. I think Orcs was. I think I was on your stream, Orcs.
Yes, sir.
When you were actually watching the stream, we were watching it, and I'll be honest with you, Skyler. I was surprised how Wolves are getting through your midfield last week. I'm not going to lie to you. I really thought they were very unlucky in that game. But listen, as you said, and Orgs has said it, I wouldn't judge a one game. We got the whole of the season. We got another like 41 games to go. So I wouldn't judge it. I wouldn't judge just on the one game, to be honest with you. And I think United will get good. I think you guys already. Money at all? No money. There's no money left over at all.
We can't even buy Amrabat, who cost 25 million because Maguire.
Oh my god!
So we are not spending more like you guys. And about guy, you mentioning that it's just preseason or one game. You don't need 5 games to see that Bruno, Casemiro, and Mount midfield doesn't work because Mount is just Mount is just a rubbish version of Bruno, and we spent 55 million on this guy. If you did a poll of any United fans before the window of who our first signing was going to be, I can assure you 99% of us would not have even dreamt of Mount because he was not what we needed. We needed a Caicedo who can do both the positions, like he can play as an 8 and as a DM sort of. And we bought Mount. So this is on the manager. So yeah, man, that's just Chelsea being Chelsea, just splashing out their crap to clubs like Arsenal and United for good money.
Yeah, wait until Mount score a hat trick today, bro.
Yeah.
Mount is gonna be fine for
you.
He's
yet to get a goal or an assist, and I'm counting including preseason. He hasn't got a goal or an assist.
But then, to be fair, Skylar, you say that about the money. Let's be honest here, right? We paid the 115 million. This is what United would probably had to pay in the region of to get Caicedo. That's more or less your whole transfer window money done. So if you look at it that kind of like way, you're going to just bring in one player. Was he all that you really needed, a Caicedo?
No,
for me, you guys needed a striker. Yeah, but I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, you're not getting anything cheap from Brighton. That's why we are yet
Yeah.
to do any deals with them. But
Yeah.
if you looked at what we did last year in the
Yeah.
transfer window, we got
Yeah.
decent players. All of his players were a success, and
Mm.
I think if like this season, if whatever season Brighton had, and you compare it with last season you wanted Frankie De Jong, who is like a controlling midfielder, isn't he? Like he controls the
Yeah.
midfield and he's kind of a player who suits the possession style. But
Yeah.
this season he wants Mount, who doesn't suit that style. So I'm a bit conflicted at what kind of a, like, are we just, is this manager only about the results? Like if screw the style of play, unless we are winning, it's fine. So I don't want that kind of thing at my club. I want to. I mean, I watch football for the enjoyment, right? If I wanted
Yeah.
to
Of
see the
course.
result, I would just check the score. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
yeah. I don't blame you. I think
the
this
issue.
time, yeah, this time around is on the manager because he got players that he wanted.
Oh, you there, bro?
Huh? Hello?
Oh.
Can you hear me? No?
So, I saw were you there? Because I can hear you now, bro. I can hear you. You sound
Yeah,
like
I
we're
don't know.
nothing,
My
bro. I thought it
microphone
went
probably
silent
has
again.
some issues today. I don't know. Microphone. Yeah. So, people, you have all the lineup here on the screen at the moment for the game. The game is going to start like in 18 minutes. Liverpool against Bournemouth. And then other games. We're going to be here also for the United game. So, I might be on and off. But I was still here to cover those games. Very, very good weekend. And tomorrow, Chelsea against West Ham, London derby. Everybody's throwing stones on Chelsea, including Pep Guardiola, actually, who spent a lot of money. And he's talking about, if I spend this kind of money, you will kill me. The problem is they don't mention the net spend. They're just pointing how much Chelsea spent
Exactly.
without mentioning how much we sold to balance it. Because if you go to net spend, and then Arsenal spent even more money than Chelsea. So, but that the media though, they want.
In total,
Yes, sir. Go.
in total, Manchester City have actually spent one. If you're going to do it in that kind of like way, yeah. If they're going to say how much Chelsea has spent in total, Manchester City has spent over up to 1.5 billion in transfers. If we're going to look at it that way, Chelsea haven't even reached £1 billion yet in transfers.
Yeah, we might.
So when people say we're going around
we might
spending all that
spend
money,
it at the end of
we
this
will get
window
there.
because we're still
Correct.
there.
We'll probably
We're
get
going
there.
for a goalkeeper. We might go for another attacker, and I
Yeah.
don't know. We might go for maybe 3 or even 4 more before the end of the window. Keep an eye open. But what I'm trying to say is, you can mention that, but you forgot that we got rid of not only
Exactly.
not only, even if we don't sell them with big money, but we got rid of a lot of salaries. Like, let's say Aubameyang's salary might pay 3 of our new players in the team. You know what I mean? So people don't see it that way. They see only the transfer fee and Chelsea spent. But we sold and we got rid of many people who were on very, very high wages. We're gonna become one of the lowest wages in the Premier League, and that also people don't want to mention that because it's not going to create headlines. You know, headlines is Todd Boehly in 2 windows he spent 1 billion. That's it. That's what attract people. That is going to create controversy and fight. So that's what they want you to know. So
yeah, it's always a case.
I mean, look about this Chelsea spending. I mean, look, my club doesn't do anything.
Yeah, we have some hard time hearing you, bro. You're breaking a little bit. I don't know if it's my side or somebody else, please.
That.
Herbert.
I can't probably relate, but this whole...
You are breaking a little bit, bro. Can you hear me? Anybody? Skylar, can you hear me? You are breaking. I can't hear you. Probably I have some technical... Probably people can hear you on YouTube, but I can't hear you for some reason from StreamYard. Let me push some buttons here and see if it's working. Not sure. Let me go and double check here.
10 minutes ago. I mean, we both couldn't hear.
Yeah. Yeah, your mic was going in and out, Ogs.
Yeah,
When you were talking earlier on.
my microphone.
Yeah, your microphone. Yeah, you were like talking and you went out and then you came back in.
Yeah, I have a problem, to be honest. Let me just try to push this button a little bit. I don't know what's going on here. Take it off and then come back. Can you hear me now? No?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, hopefully this time it's gonna be fine. So Joao Cancelo is moving to Barcelona is a matter of time, according to Mr. Fabrizio Romano. Konstantinos Mavropanos, the guy who used to be at Arsenal, he's going where? He's signing for Stuttgart.
Wait, is he the defender? Is he the defender? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He's going to West Ham.
He's about 6'4". Yeah, he's going West Ham, isn't he?
Yeah, he's good. He's a very good one. And West Ham are doing some good things in this transfer window. They got Alvarez. That guy from Mexico is good.
Yeah, very good player.
They're gonna keep Paqueta, who got some issues with the low at the moment. And I don't think they're gonna miss. Well, anybody is gonna miss somebody like Declan Rice, but you know what I mean. That is a very good replacement.
Yeah, they're not getting kudos, by the way. Apparently, he's been turned. Apparently, Ajax have rejected their offer.
Yeah. So yeah, I think tomorrow's game might not be that easy for us because they have a very good midfield. But we have the best midfield in the world right now. Caicedo and Lavia, all of them play together tomorrow. Imagine.
So all that Edson Alvarez deal, that the player they signed from Mexico.
Yes.
Edson Alvarez.
Yes, Edson Alvarez.
You know, that's a club signing. That's not a David Moyes signing. Anyone can tell. I mean, I don't think David Moyes would have heard that player's name before. I think that's a club signing because they have a technical director of football who used to be, I think he was at PSV.
Tim Sherman.
Yeah, something like that. I'm just indicating this, how important it is to have a technical director, because even if Moyes leaves, Edson Alvarez is going to stay because Moyes wanted Scott McTominay and United priced them out by putting a 40 million price tag on him. So, look, there is no universe in which McTominay is better than Alvarez. I haven't seen much of Alvarez, but I know he wouldn't be. So, that's what Chelsea are doing. I don't think all of these signings you have made are Potter's signing, but whoever your next manager is, they can play with these players because they're clearly good players. So
yeah, the problem with Moyes is when he doesn't like a player, he won't play you. I still remember Sebastian Haller. He flopped under Moyes, and they just bought another guy, Scamacca from Italy. 1 year only, he sold him because he doesn't like him. And Mikel Antonio actually came and said, this is not Moyes. Like, he likes, like chaos. He likes like those scrappy kind of finishers. Like he likes somebody who can just create a lot of chaos. He doesn't like a lot of like flair kind of players. Basically, that's what he said. So let me say hi to Mr. People's Republic.
Good evening. Good
evening. Are you there? Yes, sir.
I'm here. I'm listening. You guys talk about West Ham. You notice West Ham legend, or recent legend anyway, Patel. He left Marseille and he's now went to Santos. What's that guy? Dimitri Patel.
Payet.
Sorry, why was I say Patel? He's not Indian. And but he's left Marseille. He's now playing in Brazil.
He went to Vasco da Gama, the team that we just bought Santos from, Andrew Santos from. Remember? So he went there from Marseille. So what the point are you trying to make here?
But we just talked about West Ham, so all these players there, and I found it very interesting that the gentleman speaking before was saying that there's no way on earth Lord Moyes will be buying any of these players.
He likes a certain category of hard-working, not really skillful, but a lot of energy, kind of, like
bread and butter football style.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of Sean Dyche, kind of KO, Brexit FC. That Moyes right there. If you bring a lot of
Brexit.
flair and nah, it doesn't work with him. And Mikel
Just
Antonio
like the
said it clearly on TV. You know.
He likes the old school.
Yeah.
Bread and butter type.
Old
The
school
one which
kind of.
which never get injured. He will kick the ball not over the goal line, but out of the stadium. That kind of player there, you know. And,
Actually,
take the
Moyes
player-
wanted to save Manchester United. He wanted to take Maguire from them, McTominay from them, but for some reason, United refused, rejected offers. Now it's going to be very difficult for them to get rid of those players. Let me say hi to Mr. Henry, who want to keep Jan Madsen, and also Lewis Hall probably. Yes, sir. Let's go. Say hi to people.
Hello there, brothers. I
Big up,
hope
mate,
you
big
all
up.
are doing all right today.
Yes, sir. We're doing good.
So, I do have two things on my mind. I heard you guys talking about how Ajax rejected a bid for Kudus. Do you think that Chelsea are waiting for a team to submit a bid and then Chelsea would match that bid for Kudus
Very good
and
question.
get
Hmm.
and just get the guy? Because actually that's the I lean more towards Kudus than Olise in the first place. So when the Olise deal collapsed, it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me at all.
Mhm. Okay.
And secondly, I'm looking forward to Liverpool. I think Klopp is
Sorry,
a very
can you go
controversial.
take the baby? The baby is crying behind you.
Oh yeah.
I'm very sensitive. Get the baby, man. Get
They're
the baby with
they're
you, no
somewhere with
problem.
the
Yeah. Oh, they are
they're
with somebody?
they're with somebody. Yeah, they're
Okay.
just causing chaos somewhere else.
Yeah, you
Oh,
know that, like, when you hear that, it's just like, yeah, you have to do it.
it's
Go
like,
for it,
it's like
know?
abuse.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yes. So Klopp was saying something like, "Oh, we've been watching Endo for how long?" I think he's lying.
The Japanese
This
guy.
guy,
Yeah.
yes, he's lying. I think he's just trying to make himself feel like, "Oh, we finally got our target." That's a lie. It's just
But yeah,
it's
it could be
just
it could be also true, because what happened to the clubs is they have like a list of players. Probably he wasn't like their number one, but he was there somewhere on the list just in case. So they missed out on Caicedo and also on Lavia, and then they were checking, listen, we can't panic buy right now. Everybody knows that we got a lot of money to burn, so it's going to be very expensive. Probably let's slow down a little bit, go to our 4th or 5th target, and then we can settle and then go on the market again. So I think he was on the list, but he was far behind.
it was like 10.
Yeah, something. But I'm telling you, bro, I have that bad feelings that guy is gonna prove people wrong in the Premier League. Those are the kind of signings that I like somebody from nowhere. He was just a good player from somewhere and moved to a big club and wanna prove people wrong. He's Japanese, bro. Those people, they know how to fight. They are so good players, underrated players, and I'm telling you, he might surprise people. What do you think about Mr. Endo, DJ?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of the rival fans coming on to Liverpool about this player because he's 30 years old. I've even heard some Liverpool fans calling him the 2.0 of that Brazilian signing they had last season. He's a 2.0 of him. I think that's a bit harsh. I mean, from what I've seen of him when I've watched German football or watched he looks pretty good.
Looks solid,
in that midfield.
right? He
does look solid.
Yeah.
He's still. I think people are looking at his age because of the players that they were looking at, like Caicedo and Lavia, who are like 19 and 21. They're thinking, oh, we're going for a 30-year-old. But listen, Klopp's not a stupid manager. And, if they have got targets and he was amongst those targets, whether it had been 6, 7, or 8, whatever you want to call it,
he was somewhere
he's still got
there.
one of them in. he still brought one of them in, and I'm not. And I think he'll do. Like you, I always look at these people that you have to sign players for big money. Okay, because you've not signed a player for big money, they're crap. It doesn't work out that way. I mean, look how much we signed Jackson for. No one ever heard of this.
Good example.
And look how brilliant he's been for us so far, right? I mean, he's not scored, but he looks. Well, I've seen him in pre-season. He scored in pre-season, but I saw him against Liverpool last week. He
bullied people. He bullied
people.
Mate,
he was scaring that defense, mate. And look, we don't know what this guy's going to be like. I'm not going to underestimate him until I see him play for Liverpool. This Endo, okay. And from what I've seen of him, he does look a good player. He's 30 years old. So what? It's experience.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what they need in that midfield.
Probably what
moment.
they needed in that particular moment. It doesn't mean that they're gonna stick with him for 5 years, but in this transitional period, he can just do a good job. He can sit there. Yeah.
And you could add Gravenberch to that, who's like 21 years old. There's another one who's linked with Bayern Munich. Add him to him. He could learn off him. And you can imagine what he might be like, because Gravenberch is a good player. I think a lot of people are knocking Gravenberch because he's moved to. He moved, I think, from Bayern. No, he moved from Ajax, didn't he? Originally to go to. And a lot of people are making obviously big things of him. And I think he's a good player. He's only 21 years old. And I think if he was to go to Liverpool alongside this Endo guy, alongside Endo, I think he'll do pretty well with him. I really do. But
I completely agree. Mr. People's Republic, what is your opinion about Mr. Endo?
Give him 6 months and Klopp has burnt him out. That is my verdict. But I have a question I wanted to ask you. So I see, I'm reading on the interwebs that Chelsea want to hijack the Man City target, Jeremy Doku. Now he's another one who plays from France. Who's Jeremy Doku?
Yeah, Jeremy Doku. Yeah, DJ, go on.
No, Orgs, you go, mate. You would know more.
I don't know him that much, to be honest with you. I don't know him that much beside when we were linked with him, and I kind of jumped quickly on, check statistics on, whoscore.com and watch some videos. But all I know is that I appreciate our scouting department at the moment, because they are finding players that we never really wanted, like we never heard of, and then boom, they do their homework. That's all I can say. They're doing a homework. They even discover Petrovic from New England Revolution here, and if you look at his statistics, you look at the size, you look at the potential in that goalkeeper, you see that, wow, this is really scouting people in the office with data doing their job. And we will be surprised in the next coming years how much the so-called unknown players we're going to sign, and they will do very good at Chelsea Football Club. Jeremy Doku, I don't know him that much. I've never watched like the entire game and analyzed him, but what I saw, he looks good, But
yeah, he's 19 years old. He plays for Lens, and he's a right-hand winger, isn't he? The surprising thing about Jeremy Doku is he's been actually linked with Liverpool for the last 3 transfer windows. He's been linked with the move to Liverpool. I know, because this is how long. I think he was only 18. I think he's 19. Is he 19 now?
I don't even know his
19
age.
or 20 now.
Yeah.
I think he's been linked with Liverpool for a while. Can you imagine he was like 17 years old when he was linked with Liverpool, and they've been chasing him for the last 3 transfer windows, apart from this window. Now, obviously, Manchester City are now going in for him. Now, I mean, look, I don't know much on Chelsea going. I saw that Chelsea were ready to hijack the deal, but then I'm also looking at that. I think every player. This is the thing. I don't always believe everything I read, because basically we're looking at this other kid. And I know all would know of this one.
You are breaking a little bit. I don't know if it's me. Bakola?
Bakola?
Yeah.
Is it?
You are breaking a little bit.
Bakola, is that his name?
Bakola. People's Republic, can you hear DJ properly?
Yeah, Bradley. Yeah.
Bakalu or Bakola?
Bradley.
Somebody's breaking a little bit. I don't know if it's my fault or I can't hear you properly. Hello? Anybody? Am I clear? Sorry. Hello? Are you there, Mr. Henry? People's Republic, are you there?
Bradley. It's Bradley.
Hear loud and clear. We hear you.
Oaks, it might be from your end. I can't hear DJ. I can't hear People's Republic.
I can hear.
Yeah.
Oh, because I can hear you faintly. You keep coming in. And you keep
I'm still breaking. I don't know
coming
what's
out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, my brothers. Yeah, you can keep talking
Bournemouth
because
scored 1-0.
Oh, good job.
Bournemouth has scored.
Good job.
Scored 1.
I'm hoping that Tyler Adams, I don't know if he's there. I haven't started watching yet.
No,
I'm hoping that if he's there, he can dominate.
I think
Offside.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Offside.
wow. 1-0 already. Wow,
So-
wow.
so I just wanted to add about Jeremy Doku. He's quite fast. I
Yeah,
think he can
he's
play.
already 21 years old. He's not
21.
19.
And he can
He was
almost
19.
he can play as a 10. He can play as a 10. And Chelsea are looking they're looking for a profile of someone who can play like a right winger and can cut in like a 10 because Nkunku is not there. So they're looking for that that profile of kind of Olise and Kudus kind, and that guy is of a similar quality and he's strong too. Mhm. So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised if they've shown some interest in him because he has that profile.
I don't know what happened. The goal was taken off or something?
Offside.
Offside.
Yeah, it was like 2 to 3 centimeters offside, and but he was. I say they attack the same side where Trent Alexander defends. That's what every team does. Just attack on Liverpool's left, and they're weak.
I think
hey,
they
scored.
score
Now
again.
now they scored.
Yeah, they
Now
score
it's
again.
1-0.
Oh my
Now they
goodness.
scored.
What
Jesus.
is going on? And Wolves also score 1-0 already. Wow, goals everywhere. Everything in my
that was-
screens. Oh my goodness. Oh my
No
goodness.
VAR, no nothing. This is a proper goal.
This is a goal. They have to give this.
I think
Liverpool, and it tells you how their defense.
Trent should do should go to the gym because he's not physical.
Oh, who was that? Who lost the ball midfield there?
They need a proper DM. They had like
That
a
was
wake-up
Gakpo.
call like early on, and then all of a sudden, instead of
Who lost the ball there? Who lost the ball there? Who Trent?
man, I haven't even settled yet, and goals everywhere. What's going on today, man? A lot of goals.
Oh man!
And
Listen,
yeah, the other goal from the Wolves one was taken off again with the VAR situation. What's going on?
Did you
People
see-
can't
did you
celebrate
see-
anymore. What's going on?
Did you see that? Did you see that? Trent lost the ball in midfield, and this is how Bournemouth scored. He couldn't
Who lost the-
control the ball.
who lost the ball in midfield?
Trent, TAA as usual.
Oh, did he?
Alexander
Oh.
Arnold.
He's playing central midfield or something like that, and he's not his natural position. He's
Yeah, that's.
So this is.
Trent
I don't
is
know why.
suspect. I'm gutted that we couldn't really smash them. I mean, if we were more clinical, we were going to smash them like 3-0 or something.
Yeah.
Is he
Oh
playing
man,
in though? I
that
don't
baby
know.
is so cute, man. It's
baby's so
it's
loud.
melt my heart. That the baby is.
Don't lie.
Have anybody like you have kid and you don't want them to grow because their feet are so cute and soft and you wanna
Oh, God,
you
yeah,
wanna
I-
always hold them, right?
Yeah, my daughter was that walks.
Yeah,
so I've gotta
she's
say.
like, why are you growing so fast? Look how
Yeah,
cute
that's a
they are.
question I-
They are so cute. I'm like, wait,
Oh,
what are
God.
you doing, man? The baby is supposed not to grow up. Let them be babies, innocent people. Calm. The more they grow, the more they learn the language. They started opposition now. All right.
Now mine can't. Now mine orgs. Oh, she's a right madam. She won't. She's got learning. She learns 3 languages. She's got 3 languages already: English,
Wow.
Portuguese, and Romanian. So she's picked them
Wow.
all up very quickly because my wife's Romanian.
Wow.
So she's picked
She
up
needs to
that very
speak
quickly.
Spanish now. She needs to be a,
It would
everything.
surprise you. She starts
I will
learning
teach
that
her
now.
French when I come home.
Oh, she would. I think she would. She probably will start getting into all the language anyway. Off all that. Let's
Man-
talk. Let's chat British.
Was bon dia, como está?
Mine even can speak.
That's right.
They can speak a little bit of Zulu. They can speak a little bit of Xhosa, Those are like
Liverpool.
like South Africa.
The South African languages.
Yeah, they can do them stuff.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I can't even do it, but they just pick up like bam, done.
Yeah, children, their brains are very fresh, so they can
like
just
bam. They don't need any time to learn anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can I ask the panel a technical question here? So I was listening to some buffoon on TalkSport on the radio after Liverpool played Chelsea, and he was very, very angry, and he was saying that Klopp should be sacked.
Who?
Then another caller phoned in, and he predicted, said by Christmas Klopp will be sacked. My question is Klopp unsackable, or does he have so much? How can you say?
He's untouchable or sackable?
Yeah, untouchable. Yeah, he will actually. With the time it goes, it will be himself who goes. Not the club can't basically fire him for what he's done there. Or am I wrong? Is he sackable like anybody else?
Well, for me, if you sack somebody like Klopp, you must be stupid. Because of everything, he literally took them to that level. I know they spent some money on Van Dijk and Alisson, but overall, they detect some players who are good players, and he makes them world class by coaching and even he's mourning all the time now, making sounds like if they get all their players on free and only Chelsea spending money. I don't know what they do, blah blah blah. So take that away. I think he been doing a great job over there. I don't think they can sack him. I think it's gonna be at some point he's gonna leave. Like they're gonna find probably an arrangement to make it nice, even if they wanna sack him, but it's gonna be another way of he need a sabbatical or something like that. But I don't know. It's football. Anything can change anytime. Who knows? But I think at this current moment, he still got a lot of support from the fans and also from the owners.
Right, penalty.
And who is
Bournemouth? Penalty to Bournemouth.
Who is?
No, okay, he wasn't. Just outside the box. A yellow card there to Baker.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Who is out there that would do miracles like Klopp been doing at the moment? I doubt it.
So what you're saying that he has enough credit in the bank that they can't fire him. They'll make some bit like Sir Alex Ferguson, health reasons or whatever, and then
three Champions League finals, right? He won one for them. Okay. 3 in the space of time. That is the Champions League we're talking about here, with very limited budget when compared to other teams. So I think he earned it. He earned the right to say, I'm done. I'm going on sabbatical. Somebody takes over instead of Jurgen Klopp. You are fired. No.
Chelsea style.
Yeah. That is just my biased opinion. So.
But I respect that. That's why I asked. I thought I was the only one thinking like this. But you have make an excellent point there.
DJ, do you think that Klopp is unsackable, or you think at some point they're gonna get tired of him and then get him out the door?
No, I think he's gonna go himself. To be honest with you, Orgs, eventually. I don't know. I heard this thing when he was managing in Germany. He's got this. Is it like? Is it 7 years central cycle, and then after 7 years he goes, or they let him go, or whatever it might be. I'm not sure. I think he's now into his
contract. But that's what we said about Pep Guardiola, who got like 3 years.
But they would look at the success,
and then now he's like 8 years. So.
Yeah, well, look at the success he's bringing to Manchester City, mate. I mean, this is one of the reasons why he's, in terms of levels at the moment, I think Man City are just levels above everyone else in the Premiership at the moment, including Arsenal. I may add to that. Okay, and I think with Klopp though, I think he's a great manager, and I think he'll go on his own terms. I think the Liverpool fans will be there are some Liverpool section of the fans that I know want him gone. But the majority all want him to stay.
The majority want him to stay.
So yeah, I think he'll stay. I think he's a good manager, and I think he'll go on a sabbatical, as you said, Oaks. He'll leave on his own accord.
I agree. Oh, Mr. Frank Lampard, sorry man, I forgot you. You have to jump. Here we are family. We're talking. You can cut me off if you want. Frank, are you there?
Yeah, big up everybody. I just
Big
didn't
up,
want to
man.
cut
You've been
him.
just so polite. You've
Big
been
up,
there
man,
like
big
for
up.
20 minutes. You're
Thank
not
you.
saying anything. You have to jump sometimes because
No,
I'm
you guys
watching.
started talking about kids. I didn't have kids. I was like, I'm just gonna listen to you guys.
Oh, okay. So I have like 2 games in front of my screens here, so I'm all over the place, and sometimes I forget that some people are waiting to talk. So sometimes you have to jump, bro. How are you feeling
I
today?
know. I'm feeling good. I was just checking the Liverpool and Bournemouth game because
Yeah.
I think looking at how they're playing against us and like how they're playing against Bournemouth, I think they're not looking in for a good season. I feel like
Nope.
they definitely need a midfielder that's like. I don't think the Japanese guy that they bought Endo is gonna be good enough for them. I feel like they need one more solid defensive midfielder who's ready to
Yeah.
play. Because if they're if they're playing like this at Anfield against Bournemouth, who normally they beat they beat them 9-0 last season.
Yeah. And I remember that. Yeah.
But they're already struggling. Like they almost went 2-0 down. So
Yeah, almost.
I don't know. I feel like
they
we
have a
a
shaky
chance.
defense. Yeah.
I feel
And
like
the
we have a chance to sneak
midfield,
in
really,
the top four.
you see why they needed somebody like Lavia or, Caicedo. Yeah.
They're looking for Doucouré, right, from Crystal Palace.
But that one is gonna cost them a lot of money, though, because Crystal Palace now that Doucouré guy signed like last season, and the Palace are not not easy to negotiate with. Now they signed Olise for 4 more years over there.
I don't think Olise wanted to sign the contract.
I don't know what really happened. I think they put a new release clause that we're gonna know from here, probably in January or something, because I don't think
He'll be gone next. He'll be
I
gone
think
next
yeah,
season.
I don't think he's gonna sign such a contract knowing that he's gonna stay there. I think he wanted to develop a little bit more. They gave him more money just to look good to the fans that they can't lose Zaha and him the same window. So he ended up by taking a new contract, knowing that there will be even more teams coming for him, and Crystal Palace can have even more money. That's what I think.
He's basically used the situation to get more money, to get a better salary. It was never going to go. He just wanted to play Chelsea to get a better deal for himself. He
Also, with how the market's looking, I don't think they would want to lose a player like Olise for like 35 million.
Yeah, his release clause is gonna be more than 60 million. In the new
right now, players are getting quoted like ridiculous prices. Like even Doucouré, I know, it's just been here 1 season, but they're quoting like 80 million, 85 for him. So them to lose Olise, who's been here, done it for I think 2 seasons now. So for 35 million.
Imagine, guys, he was on our books, when he was a kid.
I know.
Olise, and we let him go.
There's so many players that we let go.
But going back to DJ, he was talking about Pepsi. Pepsi.
Pep Guardiola, that's what you mean.
Pep Guardiola, you mean?
Pepsi. I don't like Coca-Cola. I don't even like Pepsi. But Pepsi, this guy, he was being very smug at the press conference. So one of the journalists asked him about Chelsea, and Pepsi thought he was the new Klopp, and he was Pepsi likes to whine and complain as well, just like Klopp. And he was saying, I don't understand all these transfers, but okay, if Chelsea, if it's legal, blah, blah, blah.
He said that if I spend the same money, you were going to kill me right now. Brighton! Oh, what a goal! Brighton just scored. Sorry, guys. I'm just...
So basically, and then he did mention, if you notice, just like with gritted teeth, he said, but Chelsea also got rid of all players. I mean,
it's just taking attention from their own problems and issues with the justice.
But this is my point was that this problems of City investigation, it had gone under the radar a bit. But now, with him speaking, it's now bringing focus back to him and his FFP issues with fucking Man City there. So he shouldn't speak too loud when you live in a glass house yourself. So it's not very clever of him to be mentioning the Chelsea when you are under investigation yourself. So I don't know what he was thinking. You should just leave this to Klopp.
Apparently,
Mitoma, man, Mitoma. We might go back for Mitoma next time.
That goal is crazy.
Okay, let's go. Yes,
this
DJ.
whole thing with Man City, I'm understand. I saw. I went on a. I wasn't on one, but I was listening to a podcast the other day, and there was a Manchester City fan on there who's actually a lawyer, and he actually turned around and said that Manchester City have all gone through the court of arbitration, and they're okay. They're not going to get done for their charges.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. That I don't know how true that may be. I mean, obviously, I'm expecting Guy's a lawyer, so he probably knows the inside outs of how it's going to work. Obviously, not from the football side of it all, but being a lawyer, he probably figures out it's not going to be this, is not going to be that. But according to that, apparently Manchester City are not going to face that. They've already been under apparently the court of arbitration have already said that they're okay. They're not going to get done. I think they're going to probably get fined the most. But that's it. They're not going to lose. They're not going to lose their trophies. They're not going to get a transfer ban. They're not going to get a So it looks like that thing of their 213 charges, which we all probably know is probably, I believe it's probably still true for me personally. But they've obviously found a loophole. See, they're going on about saying Chelsea finding loopholes. They've obviously found a way around this, and obviously they're probably not going to get. They're probably not going to get done for it. But at the same time, they're also not making much signings either. In terms of players that have left, I think they've only done one signing in Gravidol. Other than that, I can't think of any other players that have actually come in there.
But DJ, you know what's going to happen, don't you? So if all that you say there is correct, and the FA, the FA loves Man City, so their all those charges will be dropped, but in order to save face, they'll just find something to punish Chelsea on instead. So this is what they do. So to save their face, they just find something to punish. We punish Chelsea and everything disappears. Everybody just say, Chelsea, they're bad people. But other people are doing other horrible stuff. But no, we just punish Chelsea and then everything's okay. That's what they normally do.
Yeah, making an example to show people that they are doing something. But all the sanctions are for Chelsea, transfer ban at Chelsea, fines at Chelsea. But they're going to find another way of getting some money behind, below the table somewhere, offshore, overseas, so they can put it under the rug. Being old like I am and watching a lot of politics, I don't want to watch politics anymore, but I'm kind of used to the politics side of stuff. Like, you have issues, you have problems, but you want to just direct those, take attention from you and say, how about Joe Biden, or how about this? It's always about, what aboutism? Like, people don't really answer to their questions anymore. Is how about this? You're talking about, how about this? Like, you will see 2 hours of debate on television, start just pointing fingers to each other, try just to divert attention. That's what like Klopp and Pep Guardiola are doing right now. Look at Chelsea, just so they don't really pay attention to what they're doing. How about Chelsea? What about Chelsea? Look at them. So that's what people want to hear. So.
But what's the issue here? So the other clubs, they're scared. They're not scared of Chelsea spending. No, that's nothing to do with it. What they're scared of.
And Senso got the yellow card for Brighton.
So what the other clubs and people probably haven't thought about this. So what the other clubs are scared of is that Chelsea is 3 years ahead of everybody else. And when I say this, all these 8-year contracts, when you think about them now, you say, what? They were Todd Bowley must have been drinking fish water. But no, because what is happening is that the Saudi League is going to punish these other top English teams there. Because if you notice, the Saudi League is no longer buying retired players from Arsenal. They're actually buying young players.
Like on their prime too.
Exactly. So now let's just take Liverpool for example. Okay, let's say Trent Alexander. If in 1 year's time he has to go negotiate FSG for a new contract. So he'll go there and Liverpool say, you know what, we're very happy with your progress, and we're going to offer you a contract of 180,000 a week. Trent and his lawyer or whoever, his agent, can look at that. He's just going to say Saudi, okay, and Saudi's offered me 350k a week. What can you do for me? So Liverpool's going to have to say, oh, okay, well, they're going to have to dig deep and they're going to have to pay maybe 300,000 a week. And then when the other player sees, oh, Trent is getting 300K, they're all going to come. So that the budget, the salaries of each club is going to go like incredibly out of the roof. While Chelsea, they have their 8-year, players in 8 years, so that they have a stable budget. The salaries they stay the same. And this is the other teams have only realized this, that because of the threat from the Saudi League and players threatening to go there, they're going to have to pay more. They're going to have to spend more. So the same issue they're criticizing Chelsea of spending money, they will be doing the same thing themselves. So they're hypocrites. They just don't see it.
I agree with you. All right, people. So it's a 22 minutes in my location for both games. Fulham against Brentford. Liverpool against Bournemouth. And Wolves against Brighton. So Brighton are leading 1-0. Bournemouth are leading 1-0. Away, people. Away. It's Anfield Stadium. That way.
Who's watching the game? Liverpool, Bournemouth. Anybody watching?
Me. I'm watching both games here. I have both games on my screen. Yeah, both of them.
How terrible is Liverpool's defending?
Let me just see this fight.
Well, it was like the first 3-4 minutes. I feel like they'll go back in the game.
Yeah, they settle a little bit. At the beginning they were like all over the place, but now it looks like they settled. But they conceded a goal.
They had a couple of good chances too.
Yeah.
Had a good shot.
Billy Gilmore actually is really fighting with Matthews Nunes, like physically fighting and pushing and shoving each other. Billy Gilmore is one of us, people. That's my boy, Biliesta. Billy Gilmore now plays. Biliesta. Yeah. That's my boy. And Marc Cucurella actually cost Chelsea a lot of more than just 60 million. That's what people don't realize, right? We had to give Billy Gilmore literally for free, and we had to give Levi Colwill on loan over there almost for free. And they tried to create even trouble and get him and sign him permanently. Thomas Tuchel actually accepted to sell him, but based on data and all that, Todd Boehly decided to keep him. And then they marked us off on Graham Potter, 25 million with his staff. And then we paid like 25 million Robert Sanchez. Now what I'm trying to say is, this Cucurella guy is costing Chelsea a lot. Now, even if we are losing Lewis Hall because of that guy too. Because nobody's gonna buy him. He's on a ridiculous salary at Chelsea Football Club, and he blocked the way to anybody. So we have to balance books, and then we have to sell our own kid. So that guy just cost Chelsea a lot. That's Cucurella. What do you think, Mr. Frank Lampard? What do you think about it?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like the same. I just hope we don't lose Ian Matson for the same reason.
Yeah.
So I really like him. Like I feel like he could be as good as Reece James for us,
People, there are some bugs coming inside my house. Is there the bugs everywhere in the world or something? When the door is open, it's just like bugs.
Plus, it's the summer, That's the bugs. I hate them.
They're coming inside the house, bro. This is illegal. Bugs
coming to the house. Now we get a lot of the wasps coming in the house here because I hate them. Don't like them.
Oh, wasps.
Wasp, bro. Yeah.
Be careful. Keep your daughter away from that.
Nah, you know what it is, mate. Every time, right? Every time, like we're in. Like either myself or my wife or whatever. I've had it a few times now where we're having our showers ever in the bathroom, the windows open at the top, and they come out through there. Yeah. And then there, you can imagine having a shower, having that stupid thing flying around, flying around. You want to just hurry up with your shower and get out. Do you get me? Oh, mate, it's one of them. I don't like wasps. Don't mind bees. I just don't like wasps.
Just get in the water.
Oh, mate.
They want to take a shower. They are just friendly. They want to take a shower. What's wrong with you? Let them in.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? I've had a bad experience and I got stung when I was younger.
Oh my goodness.
To who?
It must be. So, Chelsea boy Solanke was bundled over.
Dominic
really?
Solanke, but it's not gonna be
Remember
given
him?
because it's Anfield. It's Liverpool. You know, the referee is gonna be for them. It's gonna be the 12th man. So don't worry
I
about
can't
that.
believe how they're just running through this Liverpool midfield like it's unbelievable what I'm watching here. This is not Liverpool. And midfield normally
they're still Liverpool. They just need. I think they still need another solid centre back, and also somebody else to help, like Robertson from the left hand side. I don't think he's in the same level anymore that we knew him like 2 years ago. And then that DM, the Japanese guy, is gonna do good, but they need another one. Get Sangare, some low-key, low-profile, solid DM, so they can be two there. And if they get another centre back or somebody who can be versatile, can play from the back line, the whole back line, I think they should be fine.
Stop the
Yeah,
game.
so left side is centre back, hopefully.
Yeah. Left side, yeah, that's right.
Orgs, you would know this more, yeah. I saw some news yesterday that Marquinhos may be up for sale.
From
PSG?
PSG?
To Saudi, it's a Saudi league. Why? If that was the case, I'm not saying it should.
Whoa, Liverpool 1-1.
Oh, they've equalised, have they?
Yeah, it's Liverpool, it's Anfield,
nice,
bro.
bro.
I told you, it's just about bam, 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 bam.
Luis Diaz,
that
of course.
guy is good. That is, of course.
He's a brilliant player, mate. He's excellent.
1-1, people. Game on. I wanted to say game over. Game on. 1-1. Yeah.
So what are those reports? Are they right, Orgs? Because if it is the case, I'm not saying it's 100% certain because I don't always believe everything I read, right? Mm-hmm. But if it is true, why are Liverpool not over this Marquinhos deal?
Because
they need a centre back.
Because that guy is gonna cost a ridiculous amount of money in salary. He's like on, if I'm not exaggerating here, it could be around like 400k a week or even more than that. He just signed a new contract last season, so he still has like 4 years left on his current contract. So it's gonna cost a lot of money on fee. And it's going to cost a lot of money on salary. The only team that can afford him now is going to be in Saudi. But I don't think PSG are going to sell their captain. Let's be honest. They lost Messi, Neymar. They want to make Mbappe happy. Mbappe might sign 1 year extension. They bought Dembele. They are working on Colomwani. They have the Portuguese guy, that killer man. That Ramos, that's the name. He's very, very dangerous brother right there. So they are building a team now with a lot of good players. They have Ugarte there. They have another South Korean brother. He's Kim something. They have a hell of a... They have
Skriniar from Inter Milan.
Skriniar, that is another one. So they are building a very strong team with one big star, Mbappe only, because they don't want to deal with all the egos and superstars. So PSG are the team to watch, bro. And I don't think that they are going to sell their captain Marquinhos. You know? I don't think
point
so.
Of view. Yeah. No,
they're probably a more organic, more hard-working team.
Yeah. Rather than, because nobody was walking. The midfield was just kind of empty. I heard that... this guy could be also sold. What is his name again? The Italian.
Who does he play for?
Italian guy from PSG.
Marco Verratti.
Yeah. So Verratti also. Saudi are knocking the door pretty much to everybody, including Mo Salah. But just because they are knocking the door doesn't mean that the door is going to be opened for them. You know. So
of course.
They want Marquinhos. They want Verratti. They want pretty much everybody, including Mbappe, but it's not that they have to go. It's just the way it is. So I think Marquinhos is gonna stay, but Liverpool can't afford really Marquinhos. They have to go to low key, low profile from somewhere, you know.
Where's Ramos gone?
Ramos is a free agent at the moment. I think he's.
I'm surprised Liverpool aren't looking at him as a centre back, even to cover in his cover.
No,
how old is he? He's like 73 years old.
Yeah, but how old is then you can say the same thing as how old is our defender, our centre back? He's
Thiago
38
Silva.
years
Listen,
old. Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva is another animal. They don't create
freak
Thiago
of
Silva
nature.
anymore. They
He's a
don't
freak.
create them anymore. He's, you know.
You don't think Ramos? I think Ramos is a good defender. You know, I'm not going to lie. I think he's actually a bad defender.
And
That's just so
PSG
wide.
made a huge mistake. You know what? They let Thiago Silva go on free, and they got Ramos. Thiago Silva came to Chelsea and won the Champions League. So
again, mate.
And
PSG,
yeah, and PSG never did anything. So I'm telling you that people like Thiago Silva, they are very rare. Because we try always to take example, look at Silva, but Silva looks like 25 years old.
Yeah, 100%.
He's different, you know. He's a different animal.
Imagine we bought him when he was like even 31, 32.
Lord have mercy. And imagine if he played with like John Terry.
Oh my God. Yeah.
God, mate. I remember him in his Milan days.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness me.
And back then, when I was watching him, I'm like, this guy is short. Well, compared to other tall guys like center backs, I'm like, how can he jump that high and like the timing of his jumps, the accuracy of his jumps, like this guy.
Who made him to that world class player at Milan? He was training under Baresi and Maldini.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Baresi wasn't. Remember how small Baresi was. And so he gave him all his knowledge and skill and what have you. This is why he's turned out to be such a good player. And then now, obviously, he gives his knowledge and skill to the Chelsea young defenders there if they want to listen. But we're talking about, you guys mentioned Saudi. I was listening to this guy, Michael Emanalo. Remember our former sporting director? He's now the director of sports in Saudi League, or it was his football association. But he was saying that within 24 months, Saudi League will be the best league in the world.
He need to push. I don't think it's gonna be that quickly, but now you remember that all the channels here in America, they bought like the rights, like Fox. I don't know, Fox 4. So like this is crazy. Like they are selling their right to DAZN, ESPN here in America, and many other channels. So people are gonna start watching that league a lot. It's gonna be, but to be in that level is not yet. I don't think they're gonna be the best. But Mikel Menalo need to sell his product. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he was hired to do. So he's not gonna put himself behind anybody. But in reality, the Premier League is gonna be on top there, man, for a long time. I don't see. Because we are moving to a new direction also of detecting those youngsters before they become Ronaldo or Messi, and we are, it's another business model in the Premier League, and we're gonna still be there, man. I don't think it's gonna be that quickly in 24 months. What do you think, Mr. Frank Lampard? Saudi is taking over the Premier League.
I don't know if it's going to happen in the next 24 months. I feel like it's going to take a little bit longer. You know? And with Champions League and everything, I don't know if they're going to be able to get in that market, Because I feel like that still holds Liverpool. Penalty.
Yeah, I did read a report that the Saudis are proposing
one team to the Champions
League. Either their first team. Yeah, so if they succeed in putting one team in there,
Liverpool got a penalty, people. What do you expect?
Oh no.
Yeah. It's always that way. It's Anfield. What do you expect? It's gonna be 2-1 very soon. I think Mo Salah is taking it, but Mo Salah is horrible taking penalties. So let's hope that he misses.
They didn't give it to Solanke, then they'll
they didn't give it to Solanke, and then the same kind of stuff. Yeah.
It was a very, very thin penalty at the corner. The ball wasn't even in the box. That is a real home penalty.
It's Arsenal. No, not even Arsenal. It's Anfield.
Liverpool.
That's what I mean. And Neto even get a yellow card. Neto got even a yellow card. Bloody hell.
We're talking about business model. I predict the same clubs which are criticizing Chelsea will end up copying Chelsea's business model. They will be doing the same thing, buying clubs abroad, giving players long-term contracts. They will do exactly the same because they can see the writing on the wall. If they don't, they got to do something. And then Chelsea, as you said, top board, he's brought new business ideas, new way of doing things, and people they don't like it. But
2-1 people.
He saved the ball, and then he's
2-1 Liverpool. Yeah, they scored that penalty.
But it's rebound. But they'll end up going down the same road because you have no choice. You want to protect your product. You want to protect your inventory, your players. 3-year contracts are nothing in the bigger scale of things. So you've got to tie them down, so to say. I know it's a horrible expression, tie them down, but protect your interests.
Yeah.
I think even teams like City will do that. For
City
me,
already are doing it. City already got so many clubs around the world.
Yeah, but I still think this City team, they won't be as dominant as last season. Like winning that treble, that takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of mileage. You can see from what Kevin De Bruyne went through, and I think some of these Liverpool players too are experiencing that. Van Dijk is one of them. They'll go through like everything has its cycle. Like you dominate, you win the treble, you get to a point, and then you start going down. Even if City wins, they will struggle. They will still struggle a lot.
They are struggling already.
That's what
they
I
have to go 2 times the penalties in this the beginning of the season. Remember, Arsenal beat them on penalties, and UEFA Super Cup they won it on penalties. So yeah, I agree with you, and that is why Sir Alex Ferguson was a genius, because every time they win, he's gonna bring like 2-3 key players to create even more competition. Because when people when they won everything, it's natural, It's natural for a human being just to slow down a little bit. Like, what else? Like, we won everything, so what? And that is the reason why many players wanted to leave. Gundogan left. Bernardo Silva tried everything to leave, but they just increased his salary, like doubled his salary, and they want to keep him. And stuff like that. You need ready to find a way of motivating people, and you have to bring some key element also, new people in the dressing room to keep them alerted. So, but Pep Guardiola, for some reason, he always find a way of motivating them and go again. But if you notice, Manchester City always start slowly at the beginning of the season.
That was what I was going to say, actually.
And then they are going slowly and, going up and up. Yes, Mr. Frank Lampard, you can continue on that one.
Yeah, because I was going to say, they are buying, a couple of Gavardio, Kovacic. They're looking for Paqueta. With the betting scandal, I think they're not going to go for him. But I feel like they're going to go for one more midfielder. Because with Kevin De Bruyne being injured, I feel like they need one more, and Gundogan leaving. And with Mahrez leaving as well, they have to play in the Bernardo on the wing most of the time.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're gonna get a couple of, and they're always known to start slow, But I feel like they're also so quick to just go on a 12, 13 game win streak that they're just get a margin against a lot of different teams. And
I agree.
I feel like same thing could happen again,
On what you guys are saying, this is why I'm a bit surprised, and I'm not trying to sell Mohamed Kudus to Manchester City, but he's just the kind of player they need. He can play in the midfield and he can play off that right side. So I'm just a bit surprised they're not even looking at him, to be honest with you, Manchester City.
I feel like we should be going for him,
We should be, bro. We should be. I don't know
what going for him.
That is a bit of a surprise.
What I see here, this is my fake theory here. The injury record from that brother, just go online and look at it. That brother, last season, he had a rib broken. He broke his rib. Not even his fault. He was out for more than 4 months, probably 5 months because of that rib. Somebody kung fu'd him on the pitch boot, bam. He broke 2 ribs, and it took time for him to come back. And he got a lot of injuries here and there. My only worries is about the time it takes for him to heal. You will see, just check on the details. He will have a knock in his ankle and he will be out for 2 months. like taking too much time to heal. But he's still young and can, you know.
Wolves just missed a sitter.
Yeah. And can still be healthy. That's what I'm hoping. But I think people are looking at his injury record and like, we don't want this. Probably that is just my theory, but it is what it is.
At the same time, though, you know, Jeremy Doku also doesn't have a good injury record, though. He's also very injury prone. You know? He's missed a lot of games. So, like, it's like if we're going for if I had to choose between Doku and Kudus, I would rather give Kudus because the time they're both injury prone. And since it's not like a foot injury, since it was like ribs, you know, I feel like maybe he might heal better. But like I feel like, you know, the injury, like, you know, with hamstring and everything, I feel like that's more serious. I don't know. I feel like we should just not go for injury prone players. You know? I feel like we already have too much injuries.
Too much already. And remember, even Noni Madueke, when we bought him, his injury record is just bad.
It's not good. Yeah.
But the only hope
Fofana.
Fofana also, that's another one. So I don't know. I was
Reece
hoping
James right now
I was hoping that, you know, because of their age, they're still very young, literally kids, we can adjust their diet and we have the best physios and the Hollywood doctors, but it's just like getting worse. And we even get somebody who is specialized on hamstring. It's a Keegan, that is his name. And now we are getting even the worst hamstring. So it's gonna.
Folks, we should bring back Eva Canera, mate.
Yes.
I think she was. I'm not just saying it because of that reason. Also, that's one of the reasons. But also, when she was at the Players, there hardly players ever got injured. She always got them back to where they should be. So why there's no talk of bringing her back, I do not know. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Maybe she doesn't want to come back. She's busy doing other stuff.
Maybe. And the two questions I've got for you guys, in fact, for all of you, in fact.
Yes, sir.
Reece James. I've seen a lot of people, and I'm not sure if they're Chelsea fans or if they're some of the Chelsea fans out there. But since Reece James has got another injury, people want him sold now. What's your take on that? And secondly, the other question I've got for you guys, Joao Felix. Apparently his contract at Atletico Madrid is going to be terminated, right, from my understanding. Now, people are saying he wants Barcelona, but let's be honest, Barcelona cannot afford him at this moment in time. Do you think Chelsea should be all over that and bring him back to Chelsea?
On the Reece James thing, no, like, of course, we can't sell Reece James. Like, what are we talking about? I feel like even if he plays 20 games this season, like, he's gonna give us, like, you know, he's gonna give us something that a lot of other right backs are not gonna give us. You know? So I don't see us selling it. Maybe, like, you know, with Gusto developing, maybe he could be a pretty good player for us, and, you know, like, fill in every time, like, you know, Reece James is injured. But I don't know, man. It's like, I just wish he wasn't that injury prone. Like, I don't know if he needs a surgery, but they say it's like a different injury now. Like, it's not a knee injury, it's like a hamstring this time. But, like, I think I read a report somewhere, like, it's because of the knee, there's more pressure on the hamstring.
Yeah.
So if he did the surgery, that would help.
Brentford, sorry guys, Brentford just scored 1-0 against Fulham. Yeah, continue, bro. Yeah, and you know, when you have a bad knee injury, it can cause hamstring injuries, it can cause ankle injuries, it can cause many other little injuries when the main injuries is not like fixed, if that makes sense. Like, it's just creating some other stuff around that bad injury. So I think you are right there. He might probably need a surgery, just like Kante back in the day, and the proper rest. He need to rest and then come back because we are sick and tired now. Like, he will play 1 game, 2 games. He's out for 4 months, and every time you hear, oh, he got just a knock. Oh, he was walking just fine after the game. Oh, it's not a problem. Oh, we took him off just as a precaution. Nothing wrong. No. After that, you have a news that he's out for 4 months. Just like the last time in Italy, when he stayed in Italy to have a scan or something, a second look at the injury, and he came back even using like like I don't know, cheap airplane from Italy to England. He was walking just fine. Everybody went, oh no, he's fine, nothing wrong. The next morning, boom, he's gonna be out for 3 months. So I don't know.
Can I answer that question about Reece James?
Go on, bro.
So now Reece James, he's become an internet sensation, and not in a nice way either. He's become an internet meme, and the amount of jokes which are on about Reece James, it's unbelievable. So the latest one I'm reading here, so the exclusive Reece James captain, whatever, injured, whatever, blah blah blah. One of the comments, they spread the injury over 9 years, and he's only be out for 5 days. Okay, so that is just one of them. And then Reece James, I say no to 2 games in a row. Reece James, there's so. Oh God, I won't leave that alone. There's just so many of these Reece James there. In my humble opinion, I'd say take him out of the whole season. Just say, you know what, we're taking you somewhere to Switzerland or America, wherever they have specialists, and you'll be here. You'll be training here with these specialist doctors for at least 6 months, an operation, whatever you need, whatever they need to do. If you need to lose weight or if you need to lose muscle mass or whatever, anything to fix him and to rest his body so that you don't rush him back like they always do. They always, like Thomas Tuchel. I blame Thomas Tuchel. He's the one who's finished off Reece James because he kept bringing him back.
Come on,
before.
man. Don't blame Thomas Tuchel. Is not here anymore.
Hang on. I blame him. If you've noticed all the games, Thomas Tuchel was desperate to use him. He kept bringing him back. He wasn't even fit. And it was so obvious to see that this guy he's not fit. Why are they playing him? And they have made his injuries or his longevity much worse. And instead of having to say, you know what, this guy needs rest, he needs to recuperate, he needs to recover 100%. Don't bring him back when he's 90 or 80% because he's just going to be out again. If he needs, as I said, if he needs an operation, if he needs recovery time, if he needs recuperation, if he needs special or whatever, then do it, because this guy he's a big investment. He's a serious money for Chelsea here. We invested in him, and selling him is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. So you've got to look after your assets, but then to make him captain, just to add even more pressure to him, that makes no sense to me. He's got enough issues to deal with. You don't need to add the captaincy to him as well. So he's got to deal with that. He's got to concentrate himself. Now he's got to babysit everybody else. You should have just made left Thiago Silva the captain. It was fine then how it was. Then Chilwell, how can you make him vice captain? He's just as much as the hospital director as Reece James is. So that makes no sense either. So
okay.
There, and then Felix. I want to ask about Felix. So Felix, I think this.
Okay,
Chelsea
can I report something very quickly so you can continue? So halftime, people, Fulham 0, Brentford 1.
Yes.
And then Wolves 0, Brighton 1. And for the Liverpool one, it's still like few seconds to go in my location. Oh no, it's half time. Oh wait, yeah, few seconds to go. Let's go 2-1 to Liverpool. Okay, continue. Joao Felix, what is the point you are trying to make?
Joao Felix, I know Chelsea community, they hate him, or half of them hate him, half of them love him. I'm more in the camp of I like him, and I know it's not because of all the nice shiny dribblings and all the nice one-touch.
It's half time for the Liverpool against Bournemouth. Yes.
I just think in this system, where the Chelsea plays, this Pochettino system is so suited for Joao Felix because it's fast, flowing, attacking, one-touch football, and this guy will score goals. Trust me, he will score like it's going out of fashion because there's so many moving pieces in this Chelsea team. It's hard. It'll be hard to defend him because you can't defend everybody because it's like a Swiss watch. There's so many delicate moving pieces. Unlike the Thomas Tuchel and whatever, it was just so predictable, just slow, methodical. It was easy to defend against Chelsea. You knew what they were going to do every time. But this one, you just don't know where they're coming from and how they're coming and what speed. And I just think he would fit. He's a much better fit. But the question is obviously his wages.
Yeah, I feel like Joao Felix definitely has the raw talent. I feel like, and also with Pochettino, he could mold him into a really good player.
Yeah, but it looks
But
like
that's
he
a
doesn't
theory
like
that
him though. He want
yeah,
everybody to work very hard, and Joao Felix is suspect defending.
and I have a theory that he had issues with Diego Simeone, who's also an Argentine coach, and I think Pochettino and Diego Simeone have a good relationship. So I think maybe whenever they're talking about it, and they just said no, this guy just gives me problems all the time, And right now, they're even thinking about to terminate a player's contract is somebody that bought him for I don't know, it was
hundreds plus.
yeah, no, it was more than I think it's the fourth highest transfer in history, So to just terminate his contract, that means he's definitely done with the club and might cause issues. He definitely has a talent, and I feel if he just puts his head down and but seems like Poch doesn't want him.
Yeah, he went on television and said he loves Barcelona and stuff like that. So that didn't really
I feel
help.
Barca might get him. I don't know, because they need somebody who can play off the left. They don't have anybody. Ansu Fati being very injury prone and Ferran Torres just not being that level actually. So
I agree.
Need somebody on the left.
So people, let me just remind you that Alexander or whatever his first name is, Mitrovic, he just joined Al Hilal. That is the same team as Neymar Jr., Koulibaly, Milenkovic Savic, Ruben Neves, Malcom, Yassine Bono, and Verratti also from PSG. I think that the transfer is already done. I was a little bit confused at the beginning of this show if the transfer was already done, but I see it confirmed. And they have...
Is the Verratti one done too?
Yeah, yes, it's done according to what I see here from Transfer News Live. Verratti and also Lucas Digne from Aston Villa. So I think they might win the league over there, Al Hilal. And then when we go to another Al Nassr or Al Nassr, Cristiano Ronaldo, Mane, Brozovic, Fofana, Alex Telles, Aymeric Laporte, and Luis Alberto. Those are the guys that they got in this transfer window. They lost already 2 games in a row. This Al Nassr with Ronaldo and Mane. So they lost already 2 games in the league this season. And then if we go to Al Ittihad, Karim Benzema, N'Golo Kante, Fabinho, and Jota. And if we go to Al Ahly, they have Firmino, Mahrez, Saint-Maximin, Frank Kessié, Ibanez, Demiral, and Zelensky from Napoli. Let me read a little bit more. If you go to Al Ettifaq, Jordan Henderson, doesn't sound good though. Jack Henry, Moussa Dembele. And who's next? Lukaku, man. Get that juicy money. Go to Saudi. Nobody wants you in Europe anymore. Nobody wants you in Europe anymore. Even Juventus fans, they start protesting against Lukaku. He burned all the bridges with Chelsea and Manchester United and even Everton. And Inter Milan don't want to hear about him. Brother, get that juicy package. Leave. Go, man. Go. So that's the way it is. Anybody that want to jump with any topic, go. I'm just trying to find something to say so we don't have to stay quiet. That's what I say.
Yeah, we're waiting to hear your answer by Felix.
Joao Felix. Okay, Joao Felix, for me, he's a good player. I like him in a personal level. I wanted to keep him, but at the end of the day, I see why Mauricio Pochettino didn't want to keep him because of his defensive work, because he's a little bit of luxury kind of player that would do amazing in the final third sometimes. And he misses a lot of chances, let's be honest, right? He misses also a lot of chances. He's not that clinical, but can improve in a more attacking system, under a good manager like Mauricio Pochettino. We are creating more, we are shooting more on target. He's going to cook. And with better players around him, he's going to cook. The problem is the salary. Chelsea are trying to take the wage bill, what I'm talking about, down a little bit. So don't see only about, oh, you are a free agent, oh, it's gonna cost us only 20 million or whatever. Check on how much in long term he's gonna cost Chelsea with the financial fair play and everything. We wasted like 20 million for 6 month loan. That is a lot of money. That money you can get another player from France or Brazil somewhere that got the potential to become world class one day. So I see exactly what Pochettino is trying to do, but Chelsea bosses really wanted to keep him. Joao Felix wanted to stay, but the manager said no. So I'm going to just back what the manager is saying, right? So that is my position. So if they change their mind and decide to bring him a Chelsea Football Club, I will welcome him and support him, of course. But at the moment, I don't see it happening.
If his wages are reasonable.
What do you say?
Yes, if on the condition that his wages are reasonable.
Yeah, why not? Even if they because at some point we're gonna have to overpay for some players, right? There are certain players that they are good and they bring also a lot of commercial value to the team. So even if you pay them money, there will be always exceptions in the team. Even here in the US, they have like salary cap. That's what it's called, right? Salary cap. And then they have designated players that you can have few designated players to break that because they understand how important those players are. Like Messi, you can't put a limit on Messi because he's taking the league, the entire United States to the next level. Apple are getting involved. He's gonna be in movies. So he's bringing business, tourism, and everything to the country that you just want to give him what he deserves. So even at Chelsea, we're trying to cut salaries now. There will be always certain players that you have to make exception. You have just to let them be, just pay them the money. So it will be few players there that we're going to have to overpay. But I don't think Felix in this moment is one of them. But whatever salary it is, if they decide to go for him, I will support him. That is my position about him.
So your just to answer you there, you're a very excellent point. So if you look at, let's say American football or even basketball, so you think you have an average team, you have a mediocre team, which is not never in the media, nobody ever talks about them, and they get the big superstar, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, or I don't know, whoever, one of those big superstar players comes and joins their team on a free. He goes on a free
or something, yeah.
Steph Curry and Kawhi Leonard, whatever, all those guys. So and they come there and they on those, they call this basketball, they give them the so-called super max contract, so which means $50 million US a season, and you think that is insanity, but you'll find the teammates are not jealous, because when he arrives, or the superstar arrives, it means money in their pockets, because when he arrives, all the sponsors arrive with them, all the media attention, all the revenue goes up drastically, which means that their pay increases. The same with American football.
They get bonuses and other, yeah.
Exactly. So they get much more money. But I don't know if it's the same for football. I don't think so for soccer, in European soccer. If you get a Cristiano Ronaldo comes there to Man United, he's getting, I don't know, 400K a week. The wages of his teammates, they don't improve, they stay the same. So you can see certainly jealousy, and players maybe not playing to their full potential because maybe there's that kind of jealousy in the team because of the wages are so unfair. So I don't know if that's if it will happen if Felix comes and he's on, let's say, 350K a week, and the rest of the Chelsea squad is averaging 150, 120. Will that again cause, because we have Sterling 350, we have, who else? The other expensive one. We have one more expensive player, Cucurella, another expensive one. So those are like the last two very expensive ones. Even, but not like before, how it was before. Before they got rid of all these other players, where there was such disharmony in the squad. that you had half the players playing, the other half just loafing, not doing anything. And I'm not surprised they've got rid of basically 1.5 team, not one team, but they've got how many? 12, 15 players is basically what?
Yeah, basically the entire team gone.
One more than a team, 1.5 teams, and that was basically to clear, to use your friend's Trump's name, to clear the rubble. They had to clear the rubble and rebuild, start from scratch, and just build a more organic, more balanced, more and fair team. Let's be honest, because all the wages are more now fair. There's nobody getting more than the others, or maybe those two so-called star players, Corcoran and Sterling. But I'm sure if Saudi calls, I'm sure they will give them for a discount. You can take these two for a discount, but it's just for FFP and wages. So then the same teams that you're complaining about Chelsea spending money, when they look at their budget, they'll see, whoa, we're paying more in wages than Chelsea. How is this possible? And they will be scratching their heads and they will think, what are Chelsea doing? How is this possible? Then they will, as I said to you before, they'll copy the exactly same business model.
Yeah. So let me report something here. Neymar has landed in Saudi, and guess what? In style, like one of the princes over there, the Middle East, one of them. He gave him his private jet. And when I'm talking about private jet, not one of those 18-seat or anything. It's a Boeing 747. Yeah. That could carry more than 300 passengers if they put a normal seat. But that prince customized that Boeing to another level. Like everything is gold inside. The toilet, the bedrooms and the living rooms and the golf and the tennis and all the courts inside there. A football pitch in there. I'm exaggerating here, you know what I mean? But huge, just to take Neymar Jr. himself from Paris to Saudi. Lord have mercy. And
did you see his contract, Neymar's contract? So they gave him a house. I gave him a house with 25 bedrooms.
Yeah, more even that. It's a mansion.
Swimming pool 40 by 10 meters. Five full-time staff for his house. A Bentley Continental, a Aston Martin DBX, a Lamborghini Huracan, whatever it is, a full-time 24-hour driver. All his bills for hotels
will be paid by the club. Like he can go to a bar, bring a bunch of girls, party the entire night, just send the bill to somebody. If he goes to Gucci and picked up some items, and then he just bring the bill, and then it's gonna be paid.
So they say, if you read the fine print here, it says all the bills for hotels, restaurants, and various services. Okay, various services is the one you should pay attention to. On his off days will be sent to the club headquarters and be paid. So various services you can translate how you want.
Yeah.
A private plane at his disposal for travels, plus €500,000 for each
post that
social
he will put
media
on social media. Yeah.
Which promotes Saudi Arabia, and not to mention his €100 million a year salary. That is insanity.
Insanity.
So if he goes to Instagram and posts up, the camels are looking very good today in Saudi. So,
yes. Oh, the sun is good. Look at the sunset, and then boom, you got paid for that.
The Saudi sun. He has to say Saudi sunset. Not just the sun.
Just to promote
Saudi,
the country, right? All right. Yeah.
Yes. So that's €500,000. Every time he says €500,000, that is just wow.
Crazy, yeah. Right. Life is good, and you understand why he needed to move there, because 2 years after that he might come back to Europe or go to the MLS. I think Neymar at some point is gonna finish in Hollywood, play for like LA Galaxy or something, because he loves that life of bling bling and superstars. And the MLS got a long vacation. They don't have all the craziness of preseason tours and whatever. So Neymar one day will end up in the MLS, but when he's like 36 or 37, in my opinion.
But Neymar, let me ask you, Neymar, before he left for Saudi, this is just general speaking.
Yes.
His star, his image, or whatever you want to call it, it's sort of like faded. It wasn't like it was was at Barcelona, where he was on the
Okay,
same level
let me
as,
report something
Ronaldo,
very
Messi.
quickly so we continue talking, right? Allow me to say something. Like the game's already restarted, the second half. And we're going to hear a little bit from Frank Lampard before we continue with you, Mr. People's Republic. He's been very quiet and polite. Frank Lampard, what do you think about Neymar Jr. contract in Saudi?
Oh, that's crazy money. Man, what can I say? I have to get paid. I think he gets paid almost the same amount as Cristiano Ronaldo, I think.
Yeah, but more
Yeah,
more
but,
on commercials and more on other advantage of land. You don't pay for your house and villa. You have a private jet 24/7 if you feel like, oh, my sister is having, he has she has some headache. I have to fly to Brazil now and see her, and then bam, you jet off and somebody take you immediately.
Which is having a headache.
Yes.
I don't even know what I would do with 25 bedrooms. Like.
Yeah, and they don't know how to get him because Neymar like to party. So he's gonna bring the entire Brazilian people.
Parties going on this year.
So you bring all your friends, your mate, and everybody 24. I don't know. But did you hear about his house in Brazil, in Rio, one of his villas? So he created like an artificial lake inside the villa, inside that, and then the government actually discovered everything. Got even like some wild animals there. It's like a mini zoo and a mini lake over there. And he was fined like, I don't know, $2 million or something for doing such because it's not allowed. It's illegal over there. So he got fined not long ago. It was like 2 weeks ago that they discovered that. But I think somebody just linked the news out there because it's Neymar, right? So you see the house like unlimited. It's just I don't know how many acres that he bought and then built everything in there. Just like Pablo Escobar back in the day, like a natural zoo inside his properties or something like that.
It's weird you mentioned about Escobar. So Escobar, now you know the hippopotamus.
Yes, sir.
It's a natural animal only found in Africa. But yet in Colombia, this hippopotamus is found. That same with Escobar, he illegally imported hippopotamus from Africa. And these hippopotamus, he put them in the rivers, whatever, near where he was living there. And these hippos, because they had no natural enemies there, they've been breeding out of control. And they've destroyed the ecosystem because they eat everything in sight, and there's just so many of them. They're now having to kill them all because they're just destroying the whole environment. They don't belong in the environment because they have no predators. They have no enemies. And this is what happens when you play with nature. When you move nature from somewhere to somewhere where it doesn't belong, it has a very, very expensive consequence. It's just a fact. It's trivia. A little bit.
Brighton just scored another goal, 3-0 against Wolves away. Yeah.
I said Wolves are getting relegated. I said to you, Wolves are getting relegated.
Yeah, you said that.
I guess your stream is faster than mine.
Huh? Oh, my stream?
Yeah, because I'm still at 2-0.
They just scored 3. Yeah.
They're a really good team.
They are a really good team, and their system over there is like they actually prevent everything before it's happened, so they don't overpay. If you watch Paul Barber, the owners, huh?
Which team is this?
Brighton.
Brighton, okay, yeah.
They prevent everything before it's happened, so they don't overpay for players. Like right now, they are preparing already for Mitoma's next transfer saga, right? So they already detected somebody who can be like Mitoma, and they're gonna get him young, and they're gonna send him to Belgium. Actually, Brighton got a team in Belgium. It's not only Chelsea buying this multi-club. They have some percentage on one of the teams there in Belgium.
That's where they send Caicedo, right?
Yeah, that's where they sent Caicedo. So they already detected everything, even the Caicedo situation. They already knows who's going to replace him there. Probably became a little bit... So look at the Marco Correa, right? When they sold him and then they had already... Estupiñán or whatever his name is already there, who's gonna be even better than Marco Correa. So that is their way of doing business. Prevent it before it's happened. And they talked about even the manager, because they know in their level they people are gonna just always come for their players. So if they know that you got 115 million on Moises Caicedo, you go knock the door. When you sell Moises Caicedo, everybody is going to increase the price. So they already prevented somebody on the line who will be there when Caicedo is still there. So when Caicedo is gone, the Caicedo case is a little different because they couldn't find exactly somebody to replace him in advance. But I watched that podcast like 6 months ago, before even this saga comes to life. So they are very, very well organized. Caicedo is a little exceptional because of the saga, but they already knows. Even Mitoma, I'm telling you now, next season he's gonna be on the market, and they have already another Mitoma that they purchase, or he's already in Belgium, or he's already developing somewhere, so they don't have to overpay when they sell him.
You didn't see that story. Tottenham inquired about Ivan Ferguson from Brighton.
That kid is gonna be so good. That kid.
19 years
4-0 Brighton.
Oh, I just saw.
4-0 Brighton. Oh my goodness.
Do you know what price tag Tottenham were told when they
How much?
4 120 million pounds.
120 million. Brighton wants 120 million for Ivan Ferguson.
Brighton are really a very good team. It's so easy, bro.
Yeah, and Cisco almost scored.
You're just talking about the Ferguson guy. It's just so easy, man. Everything is so easy for them. It's like bam, 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 goal.
How much will Mitoma be worth? If this guy's worth 120, Mitoma will be like 150 or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be in that range. And I'm loving the game from this guy Biliesta, my boy. He's gonna be one of the best midfielders right now in the world. Not like a DM, but the Fabregas kind of role. The guy is just getting better and better, Billy Gilmour. I might be biased because he's my boy, but you know what I mean? There is no doubt about his quality. And Sensio also. They have quality everywhere. And then you have
Cisco, perfect replacement for McAllister. Or even if Mitoma in the left.
Look at that. I even forgot that they lost McAllister, and they're not even missing him.
They don't even miss Caicedo.
Caicedo, right yeah. They don't even miss Caicedo. What the hell? What a team, man. Solly March. So they already have a Solly March already lined up. They already have a Ensensio lined up, replacement. So they are very, very well-run organization right now. They are making profit. You sell for 100 million and then you go there and buy some players for 4 million somewhere. And you still have a lot of money in your pocket. Danny Welbeck is out. Who would have thought? Danny Welbeck is like 80 years old, And he's still just kicking in the next level. They have also James Milner, though.
Yeah. Experience, though, it's helping them a lot, too.
Caicedo who? I think it's going to be trending on social media. Like Caicedo who? Imagine if Caicedo has like a bad game tomorrow for Chelsea. It's going to break internet. Because... now we don't miss him. We don't miss him. We just scam you a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. Just the way they did with Cucurella. What a team, man. What a team this is. Oh, my Lord and Savior. So, let me remind people, it's Brighton 4, Wolves 0. Manchester United against Tottenham is coming up 12:30 p.m. in the US afternoon. Manchester City and Newcastle United is going to be 3 o'clock Eastern. I don't know why they put those games today late, because usually we start...
game on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
That's
It's always start like very, very early, but today the games really started normal time. For me, at least. Tomorrow is going to be the final of the Women World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know if I might go live for that. But the Chelsea game for sure, I'll be there for another Watchalong and talking football. Awesome, man. Awesome. But again, let me go back to here and check some news from the internet. Mr. Frank Lampard, what do you think about our new goalkeeper, Petrovic, from New England Revolution in the MLS?
I have not heard or seen this guy, so I can't judge. But I trust our scouting department. That I can tell you. So I feel like maybe he's got a good potential. But is he like young? He's like 21.
23. He's already 23.
Oh, he's 23. Yeah, the only thing I'd be concerned about would be Gaga Slolina's development.
Yeah.
For somebody, if we bring in somebody who's 23 and he becomes second choice, he's gonna be here for a while.
I agree.
And maybe Slolina might not get the opportunity
to come to the first team.
Yeah, and that's what I have issues with a lot of our signings. It's like we're buying a lot of players in the same age group, a lot of our midfielders are in the same age. I'm a little worried about Andre Santos, with Lavia and Caicedo now. They're really good players.
McAllister sent off.
McAllister got sent off.
Was McAllister sent off?
For Liverpool, I am a little bit distracted with other stuff. So yeah, you tell me if you see anything on the screen.
McAllister sent off.
That means good, because Liverpool might drop point. But sometimes when you play 10 against 11 and then they just close the shop, right? So yeah, I agree with you when it comes to our new, the players that we are buying are in the same age. The competition is high. It's going to be difficult to get some people really in the team. And I think that we're going to buy another club in Portugal or Italy or somewhere else, and they're going to go to those clubs. But yeah, I got your point.
And in the right wing position, we have Noni Madueke, we have
Diego Moreira,
Angelo Gabriel, Omari Hutchinson.
Yeah.
And I think there was this other guy we bought too, right? The Jamaican guy, Eugene Richards.
Yeah, he's mostly from the mid. He's a proper number 9. He's really.
And then I thought we bought another youngster too.
Yeah, I think he's in the academy right now. His name is Alex Matos or something.
Yeah. I think, is he a right winger too? Oh, I think Wolves.
Yeah, he can play from different positions, but yeah, from there too.
But also when we were looking for Bradley Barcola, another 20-year-old who can play on the left or the right. But so many. I feel maybe we need to get somebody who's maybe in their prime, maybe 27, 28, 26, with a little bit more experience, can take some of these young players under the wing, that they could learn from.
Wolves just score, sorry. Wolves score. I forgot about it because I'm distracted with many things that I'm trying to fix on the screen. Yeah, I agree. But we need some really people who are on their prime, some men instead of only kids. The man that can help also those kids to grow. Yeah, I agree.
Like, I wish we would have maybe gone for Wilfried Zaha, if he was like...
Yeah, he went to Galatasaray, right?
Yeah. He has Premier League experience. It's pretty good, Could play on the left, could play in the middle.
I agree. Yeah.
I feel like if we had him, like, maybe, like, more experience. And, like, he would not, like, block Mudrik's or anybody else's development because, like, he's 28. Like, maybe he'll give us 2 good seasons. And then we can sell him off, and like, he'll be third. And also, we don't have to put everybody on an 8-year contract. We can just give him like a 3-year contract.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to buy everybody who is in 8-year contracts. Like, there's good things about it and also bad things about 8-year contracts. Like, I'm telling you, like history. Like, if you look at the history, Kepa was like one of the first players we give like a 7-year contract.
Yeah.
And look how difficult it was to move him. Like, if let's say Courtois was not injured for Real Madrid, he would still be here.
Yeah.
But this is just an opportunity that we and like, they didn't even buy him. They just loaned him. So
Liverpool just scored another goal while playing 10 against 11, and they just scored another goal and it's 3-1.
Oh damn! Maybe they're not gonna lose points.
They got even stronger playing 10 than 11. Yeah, so I really got you. We have to mix it up a little bit, the team.
Also, like I really like Wesley Fofana.
But he's injury prone though.
Yeah, and like we have him on an 8-year contract.
But you see, this is the danger of those long-term contracts. Like, now his future is secured because he got like 8 years at Chelsea Football Club. But from my experience or from my own biased opinion, when you got an ACL injury, for me, it's done for you, because I've never seen like anybody that comes back like 100% better even the way before they got that injury. It's always, you're going to come like average player, we're going to loan you here and then to get more playing time, and then we forget about you. Still remember Zuma, still remember Marco Van Hinkel. What a young player that we had under Mourinho. Wow. And just killed like that because of ACL injury. Baba Rahman, ACL injury. We have a lot of ACL and Achilles injuries that they
Ruben
never...
Yeah,
he had the Achilles injury, yeah. And even Cho, Hudson-Odoi too. So when you have Achilles injury, ACL injury, for me, in my little head here, bias, it's over. For me, I don't see you anymore. And that's why I don't really trust that Armando Broja anymore. Because the coordination is not the same anymore. You know, you get nickels here and there. You become just average in a certain level. But with new technology and medicine and whatever, it's just maybe for me. Just maybe. So Wesley for Brentford just scored another goal, 2-0. 2-0 Brentford against Fulham. And Fulham also got a red card. Very, very bad tackle right there. So a lot of red cards today from Liverpool and from Fulham. So yeah, tell me more about why you like Fofana that much. Do you think that he can come back and be in a good level? Wesley Fofana.
So one thing is, like, when I was reading reports about his injury, they're telling like with the new technology, the thing is like, his knee could be stronger, when he comes back.
Okay.
But the only downside is the mental aspect of it. Like, with you being injured a lot, like I feel like even though his knee is gonna be strong, like he's still gonna have that, like, in the back of his head that he might get injured, so he's gonna play a little bit reserved.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of players do that after they get a big injury. So he might not be like sprinting forward like he used to, maybe not be like, all those recoveries that he did back then. Maybe he might not do that. So that's what I'm scared about.
Yeah, the mental side of it, I agree with you.
And also another thing with 8-year contracts for me is like, you know, like back in the how it used to be, like people would get like 4 to 5 year contracts. So like and you fight for your next big contract. There's like this motivation.
Yeah.
Like now you're just being handed out 8-year contract.
You
It's
might be
like,
lazy, right?
yeah, I know. Like I hope like I just hope like players still get motivated. Because like with 8-year deals, that's you're good. Or like even if you're 20, like until you're 28, you're good, and you have your whole footballing career. Football is a short career, So like with you getting 8-year contracts, it's just like I just hope they still get motivated.
Yeah. It's kind of related a little bit to my country here in the US. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about, motivation for a big, huge contract, but I want to relate it a little bit. College football or college basketball here is like huge, right? Or soccer, football in the college level. It's like college is just Liverpool just scored another one. What the hell? Wait.
Really?
No, it's still 3-1.
It's still 3-1? Oh, wow. Okay. Probably I have to refresh this thing because I'm jumping from one screen to another one. So, yeah, still 3-1. All right. So the point I was trying to make to kind of relay the story is because it was a protest here, some kind of protest, like why the college athletes don't get the same, a good contract when they are in college. But college football sometimes can be like bigger and better than even like professional sport here. Like college is just so big because of
like
all
basketball too.
Yeah, it's just so big. Like I live in Kentucky, and I tell you, when there's a Kentucky derby here, when it comes to like a UK, which is not United Kingdom, but it's University of Kentucky plus Louisville, is just a huge deal here, even to get a ticket. So the point I'm trying to make is like people were saying, why those college athletes don't get the same money? And then other argued like, yeah, that is the motivation that you get. Like, hey, you are from college and you get that big move to the NBA or big move to the professional thing. So it's going to kill a little bit of that. So in college, you get some
college football,
Yeah.
You're in college,
so you're gonna lose a little bit of that, but a big thing, like the draft and all the money, the first contract in the professional that you're gonna get. But I think like college athletes really deserve more money than what you got. They got a scholarship, they got some sponsors from Nike, Adidas here and there, just a little money really to survive. And if you don't make it pro, and then you did amazing work here, you produce a lot of money for your college or your country or whatever, but you're not going to benefit that anymore. So it's been debate about, should we really give them like a professional contract when they are in college? And you've been always, motivation, they're going to motivate you to cross that line and make it to. So yeah, kind of rely to what you just said about, okay, when you give people like 8 years contract, and they become like kind of lazy, they can't work very hard anymore for the next big thing. So yeah, I don't know if that even makes sense what I'm talking about. I've been like blah,
like
blah,
one
blah,
way
blah.
just like maybe solve that issue would be like how like these NFL teams, NBA teams giving out pre-contracts to these college players. Like there's this draft system, but instead of a draft system, like let's say like like college gets to pick players that they can give pre-contracts to.
Yeah.
Which like not a lot of money, but like just a little bit more, like which will be like a professional contract for them.
Yeah.
And then like like they will do even better, so that like if they feel good, they can promote that contract into a professional contract. Like that could be one way to go to it, instead of giving out like fully professional contracts to college players.
Yeah.
Because then also like one another thing you need to realize is like these players in college are really young, 18, 19, 20 years old. So they also, like, if you start giving them money where they're making like 6 figures, like they're making like $250,000 to even $500,000, like that's a lot of money.
They're still kids. They're still kids.
So like,
so
the
crazy.
motivation still needs to go through. I feel like like the whole like you go and make it in the professional game, which is NBA
game.
and everything.
Yeah.
That's why it's called the professional game, because that's where you get the professional contract. You're still in school. in college. Like but I feel like with all this, like the way these colleges are making money, they should also be able to, like, help with this pre-contract,
Yeah.
like, or like colleges helping out too, because like it's not just them, it should be the college and them, like they're doing together, because they're technically playing for the school, and they're not playing for the NBA team. Like, even if they're giving a pre-contract, there should be like a little balance between them and the school, where then they can, like, come up with like a system where, like, they get significantly, like, and not significantly, like, they get like paid reasonably, where like they can make it out of school and everything, but also with the drive to go and reach for that professional contract. Because if they get good money, like, they might just stay in college football.
I think they have just to find a middle ground here, because both ways you can see why, there are advantage and there are also cons on that, because if you don't make it that level, not everybody from college is gonna make it pro. So you're gonna miss out on a lot of money because you have to push, and there are always people who will never make it. But he did very good in the college level, and then when you go to the motivation side of it, you can see both ways here. You can find a balance somewhere that, like you talked about, like pre-contract, have something better in the middle somewhere. You also made a very good point about the age. They're still young, they're still crazy. The money is gonna get through their head, and even here in my college, there were some, like Louisville. I don't know if anybody heard about the scandal of like those kids like brought like escort service, right? Like bring a lot of girls in the hotels, and like like a professional service, bring a lot of like. I don't want to say the names here because I might be blocked on YouTube. But you know what I mean? Like, they are crazy. They got money. They could bring girls and parties and inside like the team gathering or something like that. So yeah, it's crazy when you give a lot of money to the kid. But
I suppose football is a short career. It's a 4-year career. A lot of you're just playing while you're in school. So also, like, if you could balance between school and studies, maybe, like, because like they're giving you a scholarship, you still get a degree after you come out, And if they can just give like a pre-contract where, like, it's like, you're getting paid like maybe like 60 to 70,000 a year, where like which is still good for you.
Still like, good for you. The only problem with that pre-contract also is like most of where you going, where you move doesn't depend necessarily on you. It's gonna depend on the draft, which is like rewarding failure, because if you failed, the more crap you are, they're gonna give you advantage of picking, the first pick and stuff, because they want to reward you and put you a little bit, just to create a little bit of balance, because you were so bad. And people say that you are rewarding like failure because they have to choose the best. But anyways, that is another debate. So mostly it's not gonna depend on you, so therefore teams really can't give you a pre-contract because they don't know how and where you're gonna end up. So yeah, it's just like the entire system need to change a little bit, and find a balance somewhere. That's all I can say. People's Republic being very, very quiet. We've been talking for 20 minutes. He doesn't want to.
I'm not even sleeping. So
sleeping, because when you sleep, we can hear you. Like, wow. And what I do when I hear that is just I take you off or I mute you so people can see.
Hey, some of us we're old. We snore. We sleep. We sleep very deep.
Yeah.
So yeah. But that is interesting when you talk about obviously that American draft system, that tradings, it can never work in Premier League because you have relegation. You have first division, second division, so you can't do that kind of system over here. But but at the end of the day, I still think that's a more fair system that you have in American sports, basketball and American football, where so let's say the bottom of the table last season, who was that? That was Norwich, and who was rock bottom? Who finished last? It was who was last bottom three? Who was the bottom three? Who got relegated?
Leicester City is one of them. And what else? I've forgotten. Leicester. There was Leicester, Leeds, and who was the other one?
is it Norwich or was it? I think it was Norwich. Anyway, so basically, so if you then look at all the young talent available for the next season, so those three teams, they will be the ones to choose the best talents first. They get to choose first. So if you have a talent, let's say a young Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi or whatever in the making, so they get to get that player. So that means their team improves. So this is you have more balanced competition. So this is why if you watch basketball, American football, you have some.
So you're talking about relegation here was a Southampton lead and Leicester City.
So basically, it's very hard to predict scores in American football and basketball because the games are so unpredictable because the teams are so balanced, so even. Unlike Premier League, I play something called Super Bowl. It's just for fun. It's not you don't pay money. And I've been winning this competition for the leagues I play for the last 7 years. And I can predict all these games. I just look in the paper. I know exactly how they'll go. It's just you just know. But in American football, you can never predict because they're so even, so balanced. It's just a question of a few marginal things which decides who wins the game. But this, you just know that Liverpool's going to crush this. You just know it. You just know. You just feel it, you know it, and you sense it, and it's just some things just never change. And so this is a bit sad that it's like that. But hey, at least the top 7, 8, even 9 now you could say is becoming a bit more even in the top there. But still, somebody has to take off Man City for it to be completely even. So I don't know that will ever happen. And it's only maybe when Pepsi goes, yes, and Man City will become.
Okay. So let me just remind people that we have already the lineup for the next game, which is Tottenham Hotspurs against Manchester United. It's going to be in London, right? It's going to be at Tottenham Hotspurs Stadium. So let me just pull it on the screen first. I don't even know how to do it. Let me double check. Oh man, I just lost it. Yeah. Let me click it here. Okay, so it's on your screen now, you can tell. Okay, Manchester United head coach is Erik ten Hag. Probably he's going to need 20 hugs this season because that brother, nobody is going to give him the benefit of the doubt anymore. This is his second season. He got his players. He needs to perform. Gareth Southgate actually is watching this game between Wolves and Brighton. I don't know, he's scouting on some players or trying to hijack Ferguson to play for England instead of Scotland. He's from Scotland or Ireland, I don't know where he's coming from. Okay, that is another topic. Goalkeeper, Ireland? Yeah, go on, bro.
Yeah, Ireland.
Yeah. All right. So we have here.
What did you say the name of the coach was?
Ten Hag. Southgate.
No. It's Erik Seven Hag.
Seven Hag. Okay, because they lost 7. All right. So let me give you the lineup for both teams here. So we have for Manchester United, Andre Onana. That brother need to adjust his game to the next to the Premier League. He always thinks that he's like a striker or something. He doesn't want to touch the ball with his hand. He needs to adjust. Lisandro Martinez, Mason Mount. We have Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Casemiro, Rafael Varane, Anthony, Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Alejandro Garnacho. You know, Wan-Bissaka surprised everybody. He was literally out of the door. Nobody wanted to see him, but I think he's been very good under Ten Hag, to be honest with you. He's not like a saucy flair that can cross the ball, but when it comes to putting tackles, defensively, that brother is really, really solid. You know what I mean? Okay.
You know, he'd be really good. I have an opinion. He would be really good for Manchester City.
Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah.
Tell us why. Tell us why.
A right centre back role, because with Manchester City, they hold their width with their wingers, Grealish and Bernardo Silva, and their left back and their right back like Ake and Kyle Walker, they're mostly tucked in, or most like Akanji, like they're tucked in. And I feel like Wan-Bissaka would do really good in that role, like in a way. He doesn't have to go forward, he doesn't put those crosses in. He's just like putting tackles.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, so on the bench, they have Dean Anderson, Vitek, Victor Lindelof. Oh, he's still there? Anthony Martial. That guy is made of glass. And they have Christian Eriksen, they have Diogo Dalot, they have Jadon Sancho, Facundo Pellistri, and Scott McTominay. That is their bench. And then let's go to Tottenham Hotspurs. Spursy. They have somebody called Vicario as a goalkeeper. That's Vicario. That guy is suspect. I don't trust him. And then they have the captain, Heung-min Son, Yves Bissouma, Richarlison, Maddison, Christian Romero, Dijon Kulusevski, Pedro Porro, Pap Matar Sarr, Mickey Van de Ven, and they have Destiny Udoji. Wow, what a name. Destiny Udoji. And then their bench, they have Fraser Foster. He's giant. That guy is tall. Oliver Skip, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Davidson Sanchez, Emerson Royal, Ivan Perisic, Lo Celso. They have Solomon and Ben Davis. Very, very interesting. Guys, I have a question for you. Do you think that Richarlison is going to be freed this season and score a lot of goals because Kane is gone?
It depends. I'll give you. Richarlison's a good player, but he's not a centre forward. You've got to play him.
Richarlison?
Richarlison. He's not a. He's
I
not
feel like he needs somebody to play off of.
Exactly. He's a bit like a Thierry Henry. You play him on the side and the wing cutting in, that kind of.
I feel like he would have done better with Harry Kane.
But he didn't do good. He didn't do even when they played together. I mean,
because I feel like that's right. Only thing is because with Son and Kane, they had a good relation. Like Son, benefited a lot because of Harry Kane. And now maybe if Son and Richarlison can find that link, because if they can play off of each other, maybe Richarlison could play good. Because I don't know if he can lead the line by himself. But he did it in the World Cup, so
he does it for Brazil, though. Yeah. That is surprising.
Because he does lead the line by himself for Brazil.
So Harry Maguire apparently got a little knock, according to Erik ten Hag interview that I'm reading here. But Harry Maguire, he said, you know what? If you can't really pay me all my money, I'm not leaving. I'm not going to waste money. This is my last juicy contract. He's on 200 plus K a week. So he didn't want to go there and get 100K. He was like, no, if you want me to leave, you disrespected me. You took the captain armband from me. You have to pay me my money. I'm not leaving. So
he got a knock on the door from West Ham, but he didn't open it.
Yeah.
West Ham woke up and smelled the coffee. I don't know what they were thinking. They were going to sign McTominay.
That is David Moyes. That is his
kind of. Paqueta is not going to leave. I think Kudus is not going to go to West Ham either.
But if I was in Harry Maguire's shoes, I would say exactly the same thing. Show me my money, and I'll take the first bus out of this dump.
Show me the money. Yeah.
If you don't show me my money, I am staying put.
I'm staying here. I'm not leaving.
I'm staying here. I'll show up for morning. If I have to clean the changing rooms, I'll clean the changing rooms. If you want me to play with the under 15s, I'll play the under 15s. I don't care. I'm not leaving. I just want my money. And that is basically what is yours is yours. and you can't say but for the good of the club and what have you. Have a look at. Remember that guy Sanchez, the one they bought from Arsenal. I think they're still paying him his wages, even though he's here.
Alexis Sanchez.
That's the one.
They ended up the contract. They paid him all his money, so he left. He went there to play piano.
So if they can pay Sanchez all his money, so why can't they pay Maguire, McTominay all their money, and then they can leave, and he can go and play with Ollie at the wheel somewhere in Norway or whatever club.
He actually went to Inter after that, and then after Inter, I think he was a free agent, and he was left to Marseille. He played last season. This season, I don't know. I heard that he might go to Saudi somewhere. But yeah, we're going to come back to Alexis Sanchez. Awesome piano player. Let's go and greet other brothers that just joined us. Henry was there early on. So let's start by Bobby Smokey.
Hey, big up, guys. I'm just trying to catch up.
Yes, sir.
I see Man United and Spurs kick off in about 50. Well, it starts later. I don't know what the other results are like. Brighton, gosh, I think that you've got to start.
They're just getting better, man.
Yeah, because Wolves, I saw them. They played well against Man United.
Yeah.
They're getting
Brighton are in another level, bro. Yeah.
Brighton says no Caicedo, no problem.
No problem. Yeah. That's true.
That way, doesn't it?
And let me remind the people what is happening. Fulham against Brentford. Brentford are leading another London derby away 2-0, and Fulham got a red card. Liverpool are playing 10 against 11 because Alexis McAllister actually got a red card. So they are leading 3-1 at Anfield Stadium. And this Wolves against Brighton. Brighton are leading 4-1 away. 90 minutes already in my location, and still some time because now they're adding every single second. So we might be here for 10 more minutes. Plus, I'll be back probably for the United against, depending on my Blue Army or whatever. But I have another show today, probably in a few minutes from now, or I have to do the late game between, I think it's going to be Manchester City against Newcastle. So that one is going to be in a few hours from now. So that's what is happening. And let me just remind you the two lineups for the two teams. Manchester United, they have Andre Onana, Lisandro Martinez, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Casemiro, Rafael Varane, Anthony, Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, and Garnacho. And for Tottenham Hotspurs, they have Vicario, Son, Bissouma, Richarlison, James Maddison, Christian Romero, Dujan Kulusevski, Pedro Porro, Pap Matar Sarr, Mickey Van de Ven, and Destiny Udogie. That's it. So for the two teams that will start in a few minutes from now. Anybody that want to jump with any topic, let's go, man.
Guys, you guys think that we're kind of heading towards a dangerous path of using our academy to solve our FFP, to balance our books? Do you guys think this is just going to continue and continue? Who's going to be next? Is Matson going to be on the chopping board?
No, it can't be Matson. We can't sell in Matson. No.
Yeah. I don't want to sell them, but the reality is somebody is going to make decisions for us, and we're going to have just to accept it. I'm still gutted about that young man, Lewis Hall. I don't want to sell him, but the reality is nobody is going to buy Cucurella. You know? So Cucurella better really perform, because no more excuses. You have a better coach. We play better football, so you can't be the weakest link. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt last season because we were crap as a team. But this season, he need to show us why we paid that kind of money. And in my preview video, I even put him in the starting 11 tomorrow against West Ham. The reason being, I don't want to see another injury to Chile. Chile, remember the last game against Liverpool, he was limping a little bit. I don't know if people notice it. And that I think he pretended to be fine. So I don't want to get in another situation where we have Reece James and Chile all out the same time. So I think tomorrow he need to start on the bench. I don't care if you are the vice captain or whatever. Let's give that Kukurea a chance to show us what he can do. You know? And I even said it before even we got the news about Reece James. I said it in one of my videos that I don't want to see him against West Ham because I was afraid. I was afraid of his injury, and then he got injured in training. Brentford just scored a third goal, so 3-0 for Brentford against Fulham.
That's another team. No Tony, no problem.
Yeah, no Tony, no problem.
Tony just.
They have a great manager. I've been saying this before. You guys laughed when I said Thomas Frank.
Thomas Frank is good. No. Yeah.
He's a quality manager. I mean, what does he have to work with there?
Another problem that is helping him is his coaching Brentford. But when you come to a team like Chelsea Football Club with the pressure of winning that you have at Chelsea, and you have to do everything like now, it takes time. And remember this team, he's been building this team for more than 4 or 5 years. Since the championship, they've been with the same manager, the same philosophy. They have a very good recruitment department that, you know where they got Ivan Toney is like from League One. Like they have a system that if they find a player from League One that will fit very good, they go for him. They don't care about what level, what division you are at. They bring you into the team and then you're going to do good. And when they sell somebody, they already have somebody in mind. When they sold like Ben Rahman, they had already somebody to replace him that could even do better. So it's a very good team here. But the pressure at Brentford is completely different than at Chelsea. Over there, you know, you can lose a game, people applaud you, no problem, no social media chaos or anything. But at Chelsea,
you know, Brentford, the owner, the one who owns the Brentford, the club, I've forgotten his name.
He's from your country over there. He's from the.
No, he's British guy, but he
British.
owns.
Oh, okay.
But he owns the best club team over here. That he also owns them. So basically, they do Chelsea model. They ship out players from Brentford, which are not maybe ready to play in this FC Midtjylland. I'm sure you must have heard the Champions League.
Yeah.
So they're owned by the same person. So they get players from there. They loan out players to that club there. So it's almost like they what do you call it? I don't know, farming club, whatever you want to call it. And then obviously the coach he's from here. He's a Danish guy, Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of Danish. He's got quite a few Danish players there. So obviously we follow. Interestingly.
That same connection is the connection that allowed them even to get Christian Eriksen. Because of the Danish kind of connection, you know, they are very good with Danish people over there. Very good point.
But Eriksen.
Oh, Wolves red card. Matheus Nunes sent us.
And again, another red card for Wolves.
Yeah, 3 red cards today. I think he was already getting frustrated.
Wolves are finished. Well, I don't know how they played so against Man United, but they won. They got robbed, but that's another story. But yeah, as we were talking about Brentford, but is that sustainable in the long term? If other clubs poach their manager, if they poach their scouting team and all that, then it'll be Southampton all over again. You know, it won't take long. They'll be gone. So that is a question if they can keep hold of the scouting department, and if you can't. But the same model there, which is Chelsea's doing with Strasbourg, you know, Brentford is doing it. You said Man City's got many clubs around the world which they either own or they work together with. I think Man United has a club in Soweto. What team was that? They work with. What team? The Man United associated with some club in South Africa. I'm not sure what the name of the club.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to double check on that.
Is it Orlando Pirates?
I think that's the one. Isn't that the sister club? It's Orlando Pirates. But I've never seen any United player go to South Africa. As far as I know, I've never seen in Kaiser Chief versus the big derby, Kaiser Chief versus Orlando Pirates. That is
I've been in one of those derbies and I almost got kicked because I was wearing like the pirate shirt in the in the Chiefs stand and I tried to celebrate. But yeah, probably I'm from Cape Town, so I had to support Ajax Cape Town for sure, and we hate Athlon. But yeah, I'm kind of an Ajax Cape Town guy. Anyways, let's me.
Before Casadei scored for Leicester against Cardiff.
Yeah, that guy is good. Cesar Casadei, one of us in the championship. Yes.
That Ajax is that a sister club to Ajax from Holland?
No, it's just the name that they adopted. It's just like America here. We are taking all the names from Europe, Inter and United, whatever it is. And we can't come up with something original, man. Put it like Cobra instead of Inter Miami, because there are a lot of Cobras over there in Florida. Like put it something original.
You have vipers. You have vipers.
Yeah, we have a lot of animal killing people over there. Put it the name of come up with Inter Miami or something. Rafael is
mountain lions. Yeah. Mountain lions. You have mountain lions.
Yeah, we have all kind of animal. Put something vibrant. You're coming with pink, pink and very soft, whatever bird it is in the logo, man. I was so angry when they decided to go for that logo and the name. Anyways, Rafael, are you there?
Yes.
So Liverpool game just finished and Liverpool won 3-1 people without a proper DM. Yeah, Rafael, what do you have to say, bro?
I heard Chelsea are going for a new winger, Bradley Barcola. What's his name?
Barcola, yes. That is my local boy. That is my French guy, yes.
I'm saying instead of going for him and spending, possibly spending so much money, I think we should go for a cheaper option in Patrick Wimmer from Wolfsburg.
Patrick who?
Wimmer.
What? Wimmer. Oh, yeah, Wimmer. Oh. Okay. How good is he? How good is that guy?
Very good. I feel he's better than Cherki also. People were hyping up Cherki, right? If we had to get him, we would have got him for 40, 50 million. I think we'll get Wimmer for 20.
Okay.
Do you know him?
Not really. I'm not gonna pretend, bro.
From Wolfsburg, yes.
Oh, yeah, Wolfsburg. I think the only guy I wanted from Wolfsburg was Maxence Lacroix, because he's my country guy, and I watched a few games because of
that
him.
Defender, I've heard his name. That defender.
Lacroix,
that's defender, right?
Yeah, that is the defender. I was pushing a little bit about him because of my biased opinion toward him, but Chelsea didn't go for him. So many games already.
I wanted Per Schutz from Torino. If that centre back, you know who he is?
No, bro. I don't have time to watch every single teams in the world. No, I don't know him.
I find these guys on YouTube also. I find them from everywhere, watching and.
You must be a very good scout, though, because you bring some names and I go look at them and I'm like, oh, those guys are good. They have some good statistics. So all the games.
Yes, I am good. I'm too good.
So let me just.
Remember when? You remember when De Bruyne was at Chelsea? No one liked him. You remember that, Oaks?
Yeah. You.
I rated him since that time.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was like, he'll become good.
Yeah, we didn't give him enough.
Every week, I was obsessed with him. I was small that time. I was like 11 years old.
Okay.
Or something, but I was obsessed with him.
Yeah, De Bruyne, man, they said what happened to him. He's gonna be out for 3 or 4 months. We don't know, but get well soon, Mr. De Bruyne. So the game's already finished. Fulham.
But thanks for the folks. Just saying, thanks for the compliment. Okay, means a lot.
No problem, my friend. No problem. You know your thing, and I respect that. Any breaking news, people? Any breaking news you wanna bring? Because I wanna take a break and come back for the last game of the day. It's gonna be in few hours from now. I'm not sure I'm gonna do.
Yes, I have one breaking news.
Yes.
Nicola Rovella joined Lazio. Official.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the guy that you like that guy a lot. And I even hear
Yeah,
that.
he joined Lazio, done deal.
Oh wow! And I heard also about another Spanish guy that is going to Lazio. I forgot his name. He was linked with Chelsea also.
Fresneda, Ivan Fresneda.
No, another one. I think he's a midfielder.
Gabri Vega.
Yeah,
No,
Vega.
he went to Napoli. Gabri Vega.
Oh, he's going to Napoli, not Lazio. Oh yeah, I see Napoli. Yeah.
This guy, another guy I like, went to Lazio. Gustav Isaksen,
Mm-hmm.
one winger from the Danish league.
Okay.
He went to Lazio for 17 million.
Oh wow! So I think Chelsea are just waiting for them to become 100 million players before we go and fight for them, right?
Yes. Chelsea are in tough negotiations with Lazio.
Bobby.
One player Chelsea shouldn't go near is this Florin Balogun from Arsenal.
Baloney.
I don't want us to go for that.
Balogun from Arsenal, you don't want him.
No,
okay.
He misses a lot of chances.
Uh-huh.
They will only use it as an opportunity to get the money back from Havertz.
Mm-hmm.
It's just messy. We should stay away from that nonsense. You know,
Okay.
do we even need to get another striker? I don't think so. You know, Brozier, apparently, according to Pochettino, seems to be recovering.
Mm.
And, you know, people like Davide Washington, has he gone to Strasbourg yet? I don't think so. I think we may need to look within and go young. We've got Mason Burstrode there. He's 18, but, you know, if you're good enough, you're old enough. I don't want us to panic buy. And I would look at that Florin as a panic buy.
Mm. Okay. So Cesar Casadei wins the game for Leicester City in the 92nd minute. Yeah, so Leicester City are flying now because of our own boy, Cesar Casadei. Well done in the championship. Congratulations. Fabrizio Romano understands that the talks between Nottingham Forest and Arsenal for Nuno Tavares are not easy. The deal is very complicated, but it could be done. We never know. Randall Kolomwani rejected the move to Tottenham Hotspurs, and now he already agreed personal terms with PSG. Now still the clubs need to talk between them if they wanna make the deal done, but I think he's gonna end up by being at PSG with Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, Casadei goal, man. I'm just watching it here, just from distance. Bam! That guy is powerful. He got a powerful header. He got everything, to be honest with you. All right, what else is happening here? I don't think any update here in the Chelsea community. So I'm gonna go around people to give you as much time as you need. If you have something else to add before we leave, I'm gonna take a break. I wanted to do the second game, the United against Spurs, but I'm so tired. I've been here for almost 3 hours. I have to make some food for my people and come back after a few hours, couple hours from now. So I'm gonna go, Mr. People's Republic. Anything else you have before you say temporarily goodbye and come back? Today is weekend. What are you doing? Yeah.
I'm actually awake and for once, and I didn't fall asleep. Normally,
Normally you fall asleep.
Especially Saturday afternoon. But okay, I was watching Liverpool very intensely. But it was some nice. I'm looking forward to see some highlights of the other games. Mm-hmm. Brentford, Brighton. We know Brighton how good they are. But it'll be interesting. I think two good games to come.
Yeah.
Especially two, and the one late game, Man City. What time they're playing? They're very, very late.
Yeah,
game.
It's gonna be 3:00 p.m. Eastern time, so you can convert your location. I don't know. You live like in a Santa Claus kind of world in the North Pole somewhere. I don't know what time it's gonna be in your location. Just Google it, bro.
I just don't like games so late on Saturday. Premier League. I don't mind if it's Italian.
Saturday
football.
is pizza and chicken wings in my house.
There you go.
We don't cook. We don't cook. We don't do anything. We eat out, and mostly I love chicken wings.
But it's a big game. Man City, Newcastle, 9:00 our time, so it's almost like a Champions League game. So I would have to watch that one. So Tottenham and United, I have to watch that. Oh Jesus, I'm gonna watch so much.
Yeah, I will be watching it, but I will be making food at the same time, so I'm not gonna be live.
And then tomorrow again, there's so many good games, man. Oh, Aston Villa, Everton. That one I won't watch. West Ham, Chelsea, I watch. So I gotta take a break. Too much football is not good for you. So yeah. Anyway, you guys enjoy. We speak later. Cheers,
yes,
man.
sir. Cheers. When you have time, you can join me in the next show. Frank Lampard, say goodbye, man, and come back. I appreciate your help. You've been there with me for a long period of time. Thank you so much for your contribution, bro.
Oh, no problem. No. I'm actually also gonna go get lunch. I'm actually thinking of getting a chicken sandwich.
So, use chicken sandwich. Wings, man. I love the hot wings. It's Saturday,
tenders.
bro.
Yeah.
Chicken wings.
I'm getting hot chicken tenders, actually.
All right.
And some sandwich. And then I'll watch the Spurs game, and I might be back for the City Newcastle
if you have time, bro, join me for the City game. Thank you so much, my brother, Frank Lampard, and see you later. Bobby Smokey, any news? Anything you want to add, bro?
Well, Jordi Petrovic, let's see what's happening. If he's as good as he looks in his videos, he might steal the number 1 shirt. So he's there to compete.
Competition.
I think we can be relaxed for the rest of our business. We don't need to hurry things. Are we looking at Kudus? Could be worth a look. You're talking about Casadei. You see, we have these youngsters still to come back next season, so we have no rush for this last 3 signings. The goalkeeper, perhaps, we need someone more mature, but we've still got Lucas Bostro, 18 years old. I think he's good enough, but, he is rather young. The striker is a big question mark. I don't want us to go spending 50 million on, or maybe even more, on Florin Balogun. I just don't like that.
No, me too. I think not only that we're gonna make Arsenal happy and they're gonna get money, but also I think we have a lot of kind of profile than Balogun. I'm looking for a proper like old school number 9. Tony, like Drogba, like that can play also, back to goal, kind of different profile. We have Jackson already. We have Nkunku will come back stronger. We have
waiting for Tony may not be a bad idea.
Yes. So I agree with you on this one. Not only that Balogun, he misses a lot of chances. He can improve on that side, but I think we have a lot of people that can do the Balogun thing in the team right now. So we need a different profile, in my opinion. So yeah.
Absolutely, we've got the key players that we really needed. That was Caicedo and Lavia. So
yeah, I agree. Listen, Bobby, thank you so much for helping. When you see me, if you have time tonight or in your location for the last game of the day, you can join us. But now I'm gonna have to, go pick up some food for the people and watch this game between Spurs and United quietly, and then come back at some point. Thank you so much. Peace, my brother. Thank you so much. Bobby Smokey is gone. Listen, people, it was a pleasure. On your way out, you know what to do. Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. 85% of people watching this live stream are not subscribed yet. So please be part of this family. And put your notification on. The link is always provided for everybody to call, no exception, every show. So I'll see you in a little bit. Peace.